Weekend it was.
What a weekend it was, and now what a week it will be.
Yeah. I'm excited.
800-990-3776. Even, look, see, Cat. We got Chef Ed sitting outside in the 3rd Street Market Hall, and I see him struggling
On YouTube.
to find us on YouTube. What did you do?
If I explain, he will wait longer to be able to see us on YouTube.
All right, get it fixed. All right, so C-Cat is breaking stuff.
Poor Chef. Hey, he trying.
I know. He's working so hard to try and find it on YouTube right
Oh,
now. Like, we
man.
literally are watching him with, he's a little older, so his eyes are really close to the screen. He's trying to make sure he can find the thumbnail of Keisean Nixon and Kyle and Brust, because that's the main thing that we're starting with here.
We sure are talking about our best friend, Keisean Nixon.
Our best friend?
That's our BFF. We love us some Keisean, don't we, Ben Brust?
I mean, I don't know why you're saying that, because, no, I don't think anyone's ever been like, I love Keisean Nixon.
I don't know. Jason Wilde and Gary Ellison definitely love Keisean.
Okay, I guess we'll get to some of that later. Essentially, this has been a story that eventually was going to come to a head, and I feel like it came to a head.
Yeah.
Because there was a dancing around of him playing reps with the ones and the twos, and then it was the preseason game where the tackle he missed, it was just really ugly looking. And then they go back to practice. The media talk to the reporters, and there's more questions about who? Keisean Nixon, of course, because he was your return guy, turned slot corner, turned outside corner, turned basically number 1 corner by default, I would say.
Maybe he earned it based
Well, as
off the
quick as he-
competition.
It's quick, based off the competition
Yeah,
around him, sure.
He won the competition
Yeah. It was a
with the guys he was with.
Strenuous competition.
Yo, boy, I tell you.
So, Seacat, are we able to play Keisean Nixon? I know you got a lot going on there.
Sure are.
All right. Keisean Nixon, when asked about if he's being punished by the Green Bay Packers.
I guess I'm being punished right now. I guess. I don't know. I don't really worry about what I'm running in the camp, ones or twos. I just keep my process and just compete for real.
What have they told you exactly about what your role is?
Nothing. I don't know. They ain't really told me nothing. I'm just, every day I find out a different thing and I just attack it. I don't care what it is. Whether it's me taking reps on special teams, whatever it is, I attack it though. I'm here. Can't really run me off, so I'm ready to play ball.
Look, a tough spot to be in. I will say, if he probably didn't lead with the, I guess I'm being punished, I would have loved it a lot more, right? I mean, I do respect the, if I'm here, if I'm with the ones and with the twos and with special teams, I'm going to give it my all. But you're not being punished. It's the wrong word. A punishment would be if you had, I don't know, done something wrong, maybe off the field, you missed some games. Like, this is sports. This is professional sports. This is competition. You're playing for a job and an opportunity to be on the field every single day on Sundays. And I guess Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays in today's NFL, with all the games being played on every day of the year, it seemingly feels like. But you're not being punished, Keisean. It's about performance and all the metrics you could look up of where he ranks in Pro Football Focus or anything. Your eye test, how you view him as the number 1 corner for the Green Bay Packers. He is now just a cornerback for the Green Bay Packers. Where he fits into the plans it's up to him.
No, it is up to him. I think he's just being held accountable. I think that's what it is. He's being held accountable for not putting in 100% of the effort. And again, what I saw in that preseason game from Keisean Nixon on that attempted tackle was haphazard. It was half-assed, and it's not exactly what you expect to get from, as Chef Ed is waving at us with his weird hands. He looks like a villain, doesn't he?
He's got the burn pit barbecue. He won the prize pack.
He looks like a villain.
He told me, he yelled at me through the glass, This is my 57th prize pack.
Yeah, he looks like an absolute villain. But speaking of a villain, Keisean Nixon may be turning himself into a villain when it comes to Green Bay Packers fans. And again, I look at this and, a guy talking about he's being punished. I don't think that's really the right mentality to take. You're not being punished whatsoever. Is he being punished because you refused to make a tackle on the goal line last year in the NFL playoff game against the Chicago Bears? Are you being punished because of the half-ass effort you gave in a preseason game to make a tackle that went from maybe being like an 8-yard gain to a 20-some yard gain? No, I don't think you're being punished. It's simply you're being held accountable. And I think this is why I'm so happy that Matt LaFleur is starting to take things more seriously when it comes to holding guys accountable, is because if Keisean Nixon isn't going to play like a number one starter, then he needs to lead like a number one starter. And I don't think he's doing either of that. And that's the reason why you're seeing the result right now where he's actually being rotated out. Keisean Nixon needs to step up his play during practice and also in games before he finds his way out of Green Bay.
I don't know if this is a frustration from not getting money or, again, his answer wasn't horrible. But I think if he's looking at it as I'm being punished, which he led that audio clip with, like maybe I'm being punished. You're a Pro Bowler. You know who else was a Pro Bowler?
Oh, stop it.
You know who else was a Pro Bowler, Kyle?
Shador Sanders.
You know who else was a Pro Bowler?
That's a lot. Who?
Rashawn Gary.
That's true.
Remember when Rashawn Gary was a Pro Bowler?
Yeah, a lot.
And then we saw what he was able to bring to the team in the second half of the season. I don't think it was Pro Bowl last year, but second half of the season last year. Being a Pro Bowl the year before doesn't mean anything. He didn't do anything from October on. And so my whole thing is, like I said, I think it's good that you have clarity of, like, it's an open competition, but I wouldn't say that makes me feel comfortable with the room as a whole. It's good that they're all having to work to fight to be on the field, and he's had the added benefit of being on the field as is with Carrington Valentine hurt, who is also being benched last year at times for poor tackling and guys coming in, then them getting injured, them having to go back in the game. But I think right now for the Green Bay Packers, there's a lot of things that are happening, and I know every team has an offseason. There's a lot of things happening at position groups that you didn't want them to have to happen in a lot of noise and conversation, ways that the conversations are going, in my opinion. And specifically right now, we're talking about the cornerback position. We all knew it was a weak spot on the team. Now, you can survive with a bad cornerback room if you have a good to elite pass rush because it helps on the back end.
You saw last year what Micah Parsons did and how it helped elevate Keisean Nixon early in the games where he didn't have to cover for 6 to 7 seconds. He was able to sit on routes and jump routes, and you saw him get 4 pass deflections in one game against the Washington Commanders.
But I just think I feel like there's a portion that understand that Keisean Nixon, I think, is playing for his job. There's a portion that I also feel like I've heard some conversation, we'll get to some of it a little bit, is like almost like defending him too deeply. Like a lot of excuses and like doing their best to make sure Keisean Nixon is propped up mentally. Who gives a damn, man? He's a professional.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I don't really care about at this moment is propping somebody else up. I care about performance. And I think for me, when I think about this Green Bay Packers team and where they want to go, I really do believe Keisean Nixon helps the Packers get to where they want to go. Not because Keisean Nixon is just this star-studded corner, because when I do look at the cornerback room, I look at St-Juste, I look at Valentine, I look at Cisse, he is the most experienced guy that we have on the roster. He's the most accomplished corner on the roster. Now, that doesn't mean that he's a number one corner, but it simply means based off the group that we have, I would prefer to go into this season with Keisean Nixon being at his best. But being at your best doesn't mean you deserve to get paid. Everything has to be earned. And I think that's one thing that Keisean Nixon may be struggling with is that he wants a little bit more financial security. He's not going to get that. People are asking him questions about that. He just didn't seem right. He just does not seem right whatsoever. But I do believe that the Packers are better off with Keisean Nixon than without Keisean Nixon.
You really do believe that?
No.
In your heart of hearts.
In my heart of hearts, I do believe.
For all the times he's frustrated you.
Based off the talent that we currently have on the roster, I would rather have Keisean Nixon be part of the cornerback room than not, because we're talking about
It's a sad
August.
place to be, because that's basically you admitting if they had better options, you wouldn't care if he was gone.
Yeah, if the conversation was March, it's a different conversation. Nate Hobbs, I don't know what Nate Hobbs is going to do this year, but guess what? I didn't want Nate Hobbs anywhere around this football team after the performance that he had, or lack thereof performance that he had during the 2020 NFL season. And based off who we have in that cornerback room, Keisean Nixon, to me, going into week 1, is one of your better corners, one of your more experienced corners. You're talking about going up against Justin Jefferson and talking about Jordan Addison. Those are really good corners. And can Brandon Cisse hold it down week 1? Don't know, because I've never seen him in an NFL game for real. But I've seen Keisean Nixon in an NFL game get cooked. I've seen him make good plays. I just know that Keisean Nixon is going to go out there. He's going to battle. He's going to compete. That's what I do know about Keisean Nixon. He's replaceable, but it makes me feel more comfortable knowing that Keisean Nixon is going to be there week 1 for the Green Bay Packers. So I hope he gets his head right.
The other problem is the replaceable options aren't there.
You talking about Carrington Valentine being out?
Him being out and him being benched last year. It's not like he was like, as the number 2 corner, like, oh yeah, he has to be on the field.
Yeah, well, yeah. Again, maybe I'm soft on Carrington Valentine, but
you are extremely soft on somebody who can't tackle and was benched.
No, I think for me, I feel like Carrington Valentine is missing valuable time right now because when Carrington Valentine consistently in his career was out there playing, consistently not rotating out, he did well covering. Like, he wasn't the best cover corner, but he competed like at a pretty good level. He couldn't tackle. Tackling has been Achilles heel and a bugaboo for Carrington Valentine, but coverage hasn't been something where I'm sitting there saying, "Oh, he's out there getting cooked." That Keisean Nixon is ups and downs. I've seen Keisean Nixon get cooked more than Carrington Valentine. He was out there all the time, unless he got a 15-yard penalty. I
just find it concerning. On August 17th, this is the conversation, as you kind of alluded to.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Right? This isn't March. This isn't April. And I know there's not as many opportunities to see them. And I know you're in training camps, you're in the heart of it, so you're going to talk about it more. But the moves in free agency, right? Like, was there an opportunity to go and get somebody? I know they got St-Juste, but, like, he's a guy. He's not somebody that's going to make you feel better about that position. He's just not.
Well, he meets what Matt LaFleur asked for. Somebody who can physical and somebody who's willing tackler. That's what you get from him, and that's what you get from Cisse. So are the Packers willing to maybe say, we're going to have guys who aren't as good at coverage for guys who are able to come up and be primary boundary-type guys and come up and protect the edge, force things in, and make tackles at the line of scrimmage or make tackles on running backs or at least stick their nose in there and force for running backs to cut inside to where the help is? Maybe. Maybe that's what the sacrifice is. Maybe the Packers are telling, maybe because they're looking at Keisean Nixon saying, listen, we know what you can do as a cover corner, but we need you to be a more willing tackler in this defense that Jonathan Gannon is bringing in. And if you're not willing to do that, we are not going to play you. It's clear to me that the relationship between Jonathan Gannon and Keisean Nixon isn't as good as I'm sure Keisean Nixon probably would want it to be at this point.
That's fine. New DC comes in. He wants a certain way. You got to live up to it. I did find this interesting. I do want to get coming up next to Gary Ellerson. Gary had a strong opinion on Keisean Nixon. And
a lot of GE the last couple of days.
Yeah, he's been around. He's making waves. It's yes. Kyle and Brust across ESPN Wisconsin. What the hell would you do with Keisean Nixon? Because it's like an easy question, but a hard question because like there's no other options other than to keep him on the team. And if he's on the team, I feel like he should play. But if he plays, you feel like you don't have somebody out there that's completely bought in right now based off him feeling like he's being punished even though he's saying the right thing. So what would you do? Carbless Talk and Text line is 800-990-3776. That's 800-990-ESPN. We'll hear more on a former Packers opinion of Keisean Nixon next.
You're along for the ride with Kyle and Brust.
Somehow she still loves you. Still fascinating to me.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Catholic Memorial Football is back. This Friday, the Crusaders kick off the season at home against Milwaukee Bradley Tech. Hear every snap live on 94.5 ESPN and watch the action on ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. Catholic Memorial Football is presented by Tony Wendorf and Associates, D&M Accounting, R&R Insurance, Urchel Real Estate, and Curative Care Network. And brought to you by Home Sealed Exteriors, Perspire Sauna Studio, BC Adhesives, Gerald Nell Incorporated, Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, and KMI Construction. Catholic Memorial Football, this Friday at 4:30 on 94.5 ESPN and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
It all started with a small storefront and a big promise. Treat every customer just like family. For decades, local families have trusted St-Juste to provide the freshest food, the warmest smiles, and a place where community comes first. From generation to generation, we have grown together. Because St-Juste is more than just a grocery store. It's home. Thank you for allowing us to serve you for the past 100 years. Here's to the next 100 years. St-Juste, your trusted local grocer.
It's Kyle Walls from ESPN Wisconsin, and my wife and I trusted Paul's Jewelers with our wedding bands because they specialize in creating jewelry for life's biggest moments, and they made the entire process easy from start to finish. Now, there's another reason to stop in. The 7 C's Cafe. It's the perfect blend of the 4 C's of diamonds and Paul's 3 C's of coffee, chocolate, and cookies. Grab a handcrafted mocha made with locally sourced Wisconsin ingredients while you browse the showroom or swing by the 7 C's coffee trailer right outside. Visit Paul's Jewelers in West Dallas and create your masterpiece.
Snap-on IndyCar weekend of the Milwaukee Mile. 2 races, 1 iconic track, twice the action. August 28th through the 30th. This is summer's fastest ticket, so get yours now and hold on tight.
Hey, it's Kyle Walls for Universal Windows Direct. Can you believe we're already talking about the end of summer? It feels like we were just firing up our grills for Memorial Day. But if replacing your windows has been sitting on your to-do list, now's the time to get it done and cross it off for good. Right now, you can buy 4 windows and get 4 free, and you can also get 48 months of 0% interest financing. Call 414-410-2000 or visit universalwindowsdirect.com to schedule your free estimate today. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
ESPN Milwaukee fans, it's Gabe Neitzel here, and I want to introduce you to Jens Family Chiropractic. If you're dealing with back pain, neck pain, headaches, or sciatica, Jens Family Chiropractic focuses on finding the cause of the problem, not just helping you manage the symptoms. For nearly 10 years, they've helped Milwaukee area patients find real answers through personalized care and advanced treatment options. Learn more and check out their new patient special at jensfamilychiropractic.com. That's jensfamilychiropractic.com.
Calling all High Life lovers, the Champagne of Beers is making history. They're selecting their very first mayor of the Champagne of Beers region. Share your story, throw your hat in the ring, and show us why you love High Life by visiting the Miller Brewery website. Must be 25 plus to sign up, 21 plus to enjoy. Celebrate responsibly.
Bikers need protection, not just from other drivers, but unfortunately from insurance companies too. If you've been injured in a motorcycle crash, call Gruber Law Offices today. Bikers are often blamed for causing the accident because the insurance companies simply don't want to pay. At Gruber Law Offices, we've been fighting for injured bikers and their families for more than 30 years. Trust us to fight for what you deserve. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Paul Hansen here, founder of Iron Jock. Worried about the heat this summer? Don't sweat it. Our gear is made for real life. Iron Jock apparel combines moisture wicking with superior cooling and advanced odor-fighting silver ion technology that eliminates 99.9% of odor causing bacteria, so you are fresh for whatever's next. Our focus is simple. Make apparel that performs hard no matter where you are or what you are doing. Visit us at ironjock.com to experience the difference.
Watch your step. You're with Kyle and Brust on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
We got to get right to it here as Keisean Nixon talked about maybe feeling like he's being punished, taking different reps with the team. It's Kyle and Brust across ESPN Wisconsin, 800-990-3776. You can call, you can text the Carbless Talk and text line. This is more. All good and all squared away on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison, thanks to CCAT.
Oh, you saw a handsome young man back in the day on your screen.
Time now to hear from Gary Ellerson, former Packer. You can hear him on the Homer Hour on Fridays on 94.5 ESPN. Was this on Wilde and Tausch? Did I
Sure
see?
was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, GE. I told you
he's making the rounds.
Yeah.
He's making the rounds. Here's what he had to say about the latest with Keisean Nixon.
He shouldn't be running with the twos. He's a Pro Bowl cornerback. They shouldn't, in my opinion. So he deserves to be running with the ones no matter what. If they want to change out Cisse and Juice and those guys should be rotating through, not him. Would you do it to Alexander in his prime?
Well, Jair Alexander was much better in his prime at the cornerback position, Gary Ellison. He also has a message to all of you.
And I know a lot of people probably want him gone, but I just don't know how you replace him. And there's a little dust up right now with him. He's running with the ones, the twos, and threes and all that. And maybe they're just trying to send a message. But for me, I just don't get it. He may not be the best cornerback in the league, but he is our cornerback. And I think Packer fans need to get behind him a little bit more.
Kyle, he is your cornerback.
I think Gary,
you need to get behind him.
I think Gary must think he's talking to his damn grandkids. This ain't Pop Warner football. This ain't Little League football. This is grown folks football. Gary, I love GE. Y'all know how much I love GE, and I hope GE can join us on Fridays. But he says Keisean Nixon deserves to be the starting cornerback. He should be running with the ones. Packers can't replace him. The Packers have a replacement plan for him right now. This is the whole thing when it comes to Keisean Nixon. We need to stop stop this whole making excuses for Keisean Nixon, that he's underpaid or we need to appreciate him more. Listen, we appreciate people's performance. And if Keisean Nixon performed like a starting cornerback, we would all be supporting him. But the problem Keisean Nixon has had is that he is up and down, up and down. It's not about him being a number 1 corner or a number 2 corner. It's about him being a more consistent cornerback. I love Keisean Nixon in the slot, but on the outside last year, it was a hell of a roller coaster. And guess what?
You're not getting behind him now.
No, because you know what I get behind? I get behind people who ball out. I get behind people who play with passion. I get behind people who are not afraid to stick their nose in there and make plays and make tackles. I get behind winners. And when I look at what Keisean Nixon put on film on Thursday last week for the Green Bay Packers, it was not good enough. It was so poor that his own head coach and Matt LaFleur, who Ben Brust calls it Matty Mouse because how soft he is. Matty Mouse. Because how soft Matt LaFleur can be. Matt LaFleur called him out by saying, listen, we want cornerbacks that are willing to tackle. So I'm just so sick of hearing this narrative about, oh, we need to support him, or, oh, we need to make sure that Keisean Nixon can feel good about himself. Listen, just because Keisean Nixon played a role for the Green Bay Packers does not mean the Packers are obligated to pay him like a number 1 corner. That's not the way it works. If Keisean Nixon wants to be paid like a number 1 corner or be paid like a starting number 2 corner, then Keisean Nixon needs to prove it to the Green Bay Packers. And this is why I push back on Gary, because Gary says the Packers can't replace him. Gary and everybody else, y'all do realize the Packers did not give him any additional money or any extension because they plan on replacing him. Just like they did with Elton Jenkins. Remember last offseason where Elton Jenkins moved to center, and he was just asking for a little bit more guaranteed. And the Packers said,
not extension, just like make me, switch position, make me feel good.
They said no. The Packers we already know how the Packers playbook goes. This is the Packers playbook. Keisean Nixon, this is the playbook. So he's gonna have to come around and realize either I'm going to put up or shut up and play hard.
It's the put up or shut up year.
Or I'm not going to play. And here's the thing with Keisean. Keisean has no leverage. Keisean Nixon, if he does not play this year, he's on the bench this year, he's not getting the big payday next year. The dude turns 30 next season. So he has no choice but to go out there and compete. So I hope that he really not just talks about it, he actually is about it when he shows his performance on the field, because what we saw last Thursday in a preseason game was not a guy that was locked in, not a guy competing the way I saw him compete last season.
Yeah, I mean, the prime example of this is I know they're in way different phases of their careers, but ultimately you could say they're playing for the same thing in different ways. Brandon Cisse, took a bad angle in, but he stopped. I mean, I'm blanking on the running back for the Pittsburgh Steelers right now. But he made the tackle, a touchdown saving tackle in a preseason game. Meanwhile, if you just look at the effort and how he had Keisean Nixon attacked the missed tackle that's been talked about basically since it happened in real time, it felt wrong. And I want to know what you're feeling right now. 800-990-3776. Let's go to Jeremy, who's up north. Jeremy, you're on the Carbs Talking text line, talking Keisean Nixon with Kyle and Brust.
Hey, guys. Yeah, just a couple of things. Don't you think I think you guys know this, but it's pretty much strategic the way that Goody and LaFleur are playing Nixon here. I mean, they're only going to keep him this year, obviously, probably. So they're just trying to, run him with the twos, get him motivated, make him play as hard as he can for the year, and then ship him out and go somewhere else. I think to like Seattle, what did they sign their cornerback for? $120 million contract, $100 million guaranteed.
I think it's the richest contract in NFL history for a corner.
There's just no way you can sustain that and have a solid team. I mean, I get it. They have Darnold, so they don't have an expensive quarterback like we have Love or whatever. But I'm sure Goody and LaFleur are doing that on purpose just to make him play motivated, get him what they can out of him for the year. And like I said, I think Keisean gets a lot of grief, but I think he's the best we got, and it's okay to ride him a little bit. I think the more concerning thing is the whole Banks contract and his availability personally. But
don't worry, we'll be getting into that, Jeremy, as well. There's a lot of things going around this team in this offseason before we're getting into the season. But I think the interesting part about what you mentioned about Goody and LaFleur trying to get the most out of him is I don't know if that works for a 30-year-old like that. I mean, here's the thing. Maybe it does. I think maybe I'm just thinking about Keisean Nixon now. I personally don't think he's going to respond in a way that's beneficial, just based off what we've seen from him this offseason and how, he's been with the twos and now he feels like he's being punished. And to me, I think it can work, but it's a fine line. I think in his mind, I'm just going from his perspective, right? Not that I believe this perspective. He believes that he is undervalued. He believes he's the number one corner. He does believe that Pro Bowl means something probably more than it does. He believes that he should have been paid as well. So when you look at it from his perspective, he's probably thinking, like, bleep these guys. They're having me with the twos and special teams. He said he had the right approach, but he ultimately felt like he's being punished. So when I hear all of that, I have a hard time thinking that he's going to respond well when it feels like in his head he's built himself to be something more than he is. So he might not react, if this is true, to Jeremy's point about how Goody and LaFleur are just making him he may not be motivated like that because he may feel like he's being slighted. But the thing that you said that's most important, Kyle, is he doesn't really have a choice because he has no leverage. If he doesn't play well, he's not going to get money elsewhere. So you better figure out a way to be motivated for it because your performance, A, helps the team, which makes you a good teammate and helps your team win, and B, helps you. So the only good that can happen is if he does step up and start playing better and consistently and stay out of the news.
And I mean, at some point, and it may have already happened, but there needs to be a conversation between either Goody and Keisean Nixon or Matt LaFleur and Keisean Nixon to let them know that, listen, we support you, but we understand you may feel a certain type of way. We had the offseason conversations, but now it's time to play and now it's time to perform. Like, what we can't do is we can't have any one individual being a point of failure or dragging this team down. And if you decide that you don't want to give 100% effort and you don't want to try to be the exact same player you were last year.
And a leader under a new defensive coordinator. Like, there is a lot of opportunity to.
He's being passed up by guys like Javon Buller, Evan Williams, and Edrin Cooper, not just talking about talent, but talking about guys who are rising up to be a veteran leader, a veteran presence, right? Zaire Franklin came in, and granted, he's an inside linebacker, so he's going to have a leadership presence, but he's being passed up by guys. And I think that's a little bit problemsome. He's been here since 2022. Like, Keisean Nixon's voice should resonate in that locker room in the way that things seem to. He may be carrying himself right now, which is not saying he's carrying himself in a negative way, but he let a little bit of his emotion show when he said punish, right? Like Ben already said, he said all the right things when he talked to the press, except for when he said punish. Because once you say I'm being punished, then all of a sudden it makes it feel like, whoa, it's me. I'm becoming the victim. They're picking on me. It makes it seem like he's not 100% locked in on the task at hand, which is, who gives a damn about whether you're being punished or not? I'm about to perform.
I got to get paid.
Yeah.
I want to get paid. Even if it's not here, I want to get paid. Aaron Fredonia chimes in, and I always love these when people are saying wow about Kyle. Wow, Kyle is actually nailing it on Nixon. It's like a shocking thing. Like, he finally said something good.
No, I think it's more like...
After he bailed on the tackle against the Bears, and then his lack of effort last week, I'd cut him. Can you replace him with someone just as good? Not the point. But would have made you can't put forth poor effort. That's more valuable than his replacement.
Okay, I think it's wow. Kyle's making a good point.
No, I think it's wow, comma. Kyle is making a good point on Nixon, ... Like he's shocked.
I tried.
Yeah, I know you tried. But ultimately, it's good,
Sure.
You're connecting with the people.
I'm connecting with the people, but Keisean Nixon needs to do a better job connecting on the field. But this is going to be a saga that I don't feel like we have the time for. And when we talk about cutting people, I will say this. If this does linger into the season and he becomes disgruntled, then the Green Bay Packers 100% should cut him or release him, because we don't need anybody being disgruntled, interrupting the development of Brandon Cisse and interrupting the transition to this brand new defense.
The disgruntledness was there last year with the player report card grades on roles and this and that. Like, you just got to be done with it in every way possible. And I know they tried to move on potentially with their moves seemingly of some wide receivers that probably thought they should have a bigger role, and that wasn't communicated. That's done. But it needs to be done throughout the whole roster. But what's next is more important, right? This all comes back to one place, right? Leadership. Mm-hmm. And leadership starts with the head coach. Matt LaFleur has been very interesting in a lot of ways. And I'm going to have, more than Kyle, Matty Mouse is not the top of my list as like a leader. Like, he doesn't, I'm going to let you talk about him first. All right? Coming up, you're going to break down what you've seen from Matt LaFleur, and then I might jump in once you do that. You know what I mean? I feel like that's fair.
Yeah, it's fair.
That way I'm not, as you would say, creating a narrative.
Oh, you love to create those narratives. You're a damn author.
Oh, thank you.
A poor one.
Matt LaFleur, next.
You're experiencing Kyle and Brust.
Yes, I want to be a piece of meat. Yes. That is exactly what. Yes, does it boost my confidence? Absolutely.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Get your final August plans in for Brewers Rangers Action Friday, August 28th through Sunday the 30th. Starting with the Cole Swindell post-game concert at Country Music Night on Friday, featuring a belt buckle with a special ticket. Then it's Jackson Churio Mania. Get the Churio Bowl giveaway Saturday, courtesy of 620 WTMJ. And get it on the Final Kids Cheer free Sunday before summer ends. Kids get a Churio Height poster on Sunday, courtesy of Joy. Get tickets for it all at Brewers.com.
It's a summer of big wins with WinFest at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Just play with your Potawatomi Rewards card for entries and your chance to win cash and reward play all summer long. Then keep the excitement going because all your monthly drawing entries roll over into the WinFest final drawings on September 25th, where you could win cars, dream vacations, free play, and cash. Don't miss out on WinFest, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Whoop, just doing some roofing on another lovely Wisconsin day. No gimmicks, nope. No shortcuts, nope. It's just roofing done the old-fashioned way. You betcha. Do you need shingles? Let's mingle. For a Wisconsin tradition never dwindles. No. So raise a glass, shake a hand for this old-fashioned brand. Whoop, that's old-fashioned roofing.
It's WTMJ's Debbie Loziga. Every morning, I talk about traffic backups and slowdowns around Milwaukee. At Sewer Ninjas, they help homeowners avoid a different kind of backup, a sewer backup. Sewer Ninjas is a Wisconsin family-owned company specializing in sewer camera inspections, drain cleaning, and trenchless repairs that can often be completed without tearing up your yard. Their goal is simple: find problems early and help homeowners avoid costly surprises. Learn more at sewerninjas.com. That's sewerninjas.com.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything, from the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
As a homeowner, I know how easy it is to put off maintenance projects. Hey, it's Jen Latta here, and one thing I've learned from working with 2-Day Painting is that preventative maintenance is almost always less expensive than major repairs later. Whether it's exterior painting, carpentry repairs, or preparing your home for another Wisconsin winter, the team at 2-Day Painting can help. Don't wait until small problems become costly ones. Ask about their free touch-ups for life and schedule your free estimate today at 2daypainting.com. That's 2daypainting.com, and tell them Jen sent you.
Feeding the kids shouldn't turn into a negotiation. That's why Cousin Subs reimagined the kids' meal. Kids get to choose a kid's sub, mac and cheese, or chicken tenders, plus a side, a drink, and dessert. Everything they want, nothing you have to overthink. And while they're covered, so are you, with fresh-made favorites you'll actually want and feel good about. More choices, more smiles. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
Homer here with a message about 3 Pillar Senior Living Communities located on a serene setting along the Bark River on 300 gorgeous acres. 3 Pillar Senior Living Communities is a top-ranked full continuum community: active adult, independent living, assisted living, memory care, skilled nursing, and rehab. 3 Pillars, the hands-down choice for you or your loved one. Been there. Know people who live there. They love it. You got to go to Dousman and see it in person. Get all the info on 3 Pillars at 3pillars.org.
Let the good times roll. Kyle and Brust are back on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
It is Kyle and Brust across ESPN Wisconsin. You can see us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Of course, call and text the Carbless Talk and text line 800-990-3776. As Aaron Fredonia chimes back in. That wow was the fact that Kyle is actually usually the guy that would have the take like Gary Ellerson saying, get behind our guy. But it was Kyle actually getting after him. I like it.
I like that clarification. That's a good clarification. That's a supporter right there.
Supporter.
Yeah, that is. That's a realist.
Some would say I'm not a huge supporter of Matt LaFleur, but...
Some.
You've made your own observations of over the past couple weeks. I like the Kyle Wallace, Matty LaFleur State of the Union.
Yeah. With Matt LaFleur, he's a little bit different, right? Matt LaFleur got that contract extension. We still have no idea how much money, how many years, what this extension looks like. But we do know Matt LaFleur has an extension, and it seems to me that Matt LaFleur is walking around just a tad bit different this offseason, and I don't know if I like it or not. The first thing I'll look at is when it comes to the Aaron Banks situation. It seems like Matt LaFleur is being a little bit more open when it comes to openly criticizing players in the public, right? And not being very direct, but kind of these pew-pew shots at these different players. So when I think about Aaron Banks, who obviously is coming back from tendonitis and having some issues with his knee, he basically made a comment. They were asking, hey, when is Aaron Banks going to be back? When did this injury happen? Did he have surgery? And he told the media,
it's going to be difficult. It's going to be a competition.
But before he even said that, he said, hey, listen, y'all got to ask him about that. He said,
you gotta
ask the player about if he has surgery or not. Like, what in the hell you mean I gotta ask the player? You're the head coach. You know if he has surgery or not. You gotta ask him. Obviously, venting some of the frustration that he has with Aaron Banks not practicing. But then you go to more where they ask more about, hey, Burton played pretty well in practice. Him saying, yeah, well, it's gonna be extremely difficult for him to be able to, Aaron Banks, be able to come back and maybe, beat out Burton for his job. And so I'm like, okay, that's a little weird too. He's kind of moving where he's talking about Jacob Burton taking a job away from Aaron Banks, which is something that's very, very different and very, very interesting. We're talking about a starting left guard that you paid $70+ million to, and on top of that, you restructured his contract, so not only will he be a member of the Green Bay Packers in the 2026 season, but also he's going to be here next year as well.
Which is important because they did have an out where it wouldn't have costed them as much as they moved on from, in the future. But
they could have got out after this season, I think, for
you're
sure.
with us, buddy.
And then in addition to that, then all of a sudden,
for a lot of money,
I think $25 million or something like that, they converted it. But then in practice, you hear that Barryn Sorrell is whooping the ass of Anthony Belton and pushed him into the pocket of Jordan Love, and he kicked Barryn Sorrell out of practice. So I'm not 100% sure if I like this new Matt LaFleur. There's something different. I don't know if it's going to pay dividends and show up on the field, but this is definitely a different guy than what we saw last year, where he's kicking guys out of practice for basically practicing too hard, where he's sitting here calling out
better.
I'm
so mad about that one.
Yeah, well,
block better.
I get it.
Barryn Sorrell is doing something like that's something they'd be excited about. I understand protecting the quarterback, but throwing him out of practice?
Yeah, I mean, again, I don't know what we're getting from Matt LaFleur, but it definitely is something different. And a lot of people have been clamoring for, asking for, begging for Matt LaFleur to do something different. And I definitely think kicking Barryn Sorrell out of practice because he bull rushed the starting guard or maybe backup guard, swing tackle. I don't know what Anthony Belton is going to be. I know the failed second-round pick so far. I think that's something that we can all agree on. Is based off where the direction he's going. I would say failed early on in his career. Doesn't mean he's going to be a failure, but failed so far, second-round pick, getting pushed back by Barryn Sorrell and him getting kicked out of practice. I don't know what direction we're going. You calling out Aaron Banks for his knee injury and saying y'all got to ask him if he has surgery. Basically challenging Keisean Nixon as well in his tackling ability. This is a different Matt LaFleur, and I have no idea if I like it or not. Ben, what is your take on this, Matt LaFleur?
It's the inconsistencies for me. Like, you want to be Mr. Tough Guy? You want to be Mr. Tough Guy and kick Barryn Sorrell out of practice? But at the same time, you want to put kid gloves on Trey Smack and not tell the media if he's making or missing kicks? Like, we're picking and choosing. He's a chameleon, man. He's a chameleon. Like, whatever the situation calls for in that moment, he changes to be what he thinks he needs to be in that moment. He doesn't have that true identity for himself that he can lean on, and you know what you're going to get every time that Matt LaFleur's up there. He's a little ornery right now.
My thing is, I really don't care all the stuff he does in practice. One thing I want to see is a consistency when it comes to holding guys accountable. What I would have loved to have seen is when you saw that terrible attempt of a tackle by Keisean Nixon in the preseason game, I would have loved to see Keisean Nixon pulled out the game because it's preseason.
Or talk to him and confront him there, and then we got to do do you see Cap play LaFleur on what he wants out of cornerbacks? Like, this is the stuff. Like, I'd rather see it in my face than through the media.
Obviously, it starts with doing your right assignment, and then it comes down to your style of play. How are you competing, going after the ball, not only in the pass game, but in the run game as well? Are you sticking your nose in there? And we need corners that are willing and capable tacklers.
And for me, when I think about it, I always think about your stories with Bo Ryan. I feel like the preseason is a perfect opportunity for especially some of these young guys that you're expecting maybe to take that next step to contribute to the team. Like a Barryn Sorrell doing that in practice, make a run of laps or something like that. Throwing him out of practice. Oh, if I'm the defense, I'm getting right behind him. I'm saying, man, bleep dude. That is what it is. We standing behind you. You whoop Barryn.
Hey, Matt, your weak-ass offensive line is not protecting
that
them.
would have hyped. That's probably why they had all the fights in practice, because the defense probably got hyped up from the fact that their guy got kicked out of practice. But I would prefer that Matt LaFleur, if somebody makes a mistake in the game, in a preseason game, he pulls them out at that point so guys understand there's always somebody behind you that can replace you. So either you do it right the first time and every time, or you're going to be standing on the sideline next to me.
Again,
a little bit more Bo Ryan in him.
But again, this is my point. Is he's not that, and he's picking and choosing when he wants to be and when he doesn't want to be. That one's in the middle of practice. The Keisean Nixon comments are to the media. The Aaron Banks sassiness of like, go talk to him about the knee. Like, who are you? Who are you? Because I want you to be someone all the time that I can see and recognize, so that we know what we get from Matt LaFleur. He is all over the board, a chameleon with his emotions, and when he picks and chooses to be the tough guy and the player's coach.
Yeah, I mean, again, and we will 100% see, but also the biggest improvement for me with Matt LaFleur isn't even just like consistency with the way he holds players accountable. I want to see the consistency when it comes to time management, when he makes decision with down and distance, when he makes a decision when to call timeouts, how quickly his team can get to execute. Because remember last year, the Green Bay Packers came out of a timeout, and they ended up getting a delay of game. So, again, this is something for me when I look at when I look at Matt LaFleur and where I want to see the most improvements is definitely the in-game decisions where I want to see the improvements more so than anything else.
Matt freaking LaFleur. Matty Mouse.
I'm not gonna go that far.
You basically did without not wanting to co-sign my Matty Mouse.
No, I didn't call him soft. I'm not saying I said he's extremely inconsistent, and I don't like that Matt.
That's
LaFleur
my whole point. Is Matty Mouse
a
comes from a place of like you just don't know what you're going to get from the
guy.
I
have no idea
which means I know what I'm going to get from the guy. Emotional decisions, time management mistakes, like all those things that we've seen over the last 3-4 years. And actually, you can go back to 2020 when he made a one-score game. The moments are too big for him, and we're experiencing, I would say, a little bit of a mood swing right now from Matt LaFleur this past couple of days. And we'll see if he's just the happy-go-lucky players coach this week until, he's mad at halftime with a halftime interview. Like, he's just not the same guy all the time. And consistency is what I look for in a leader, in a head coach. Who is he? What are you going to get? And right now, I have absolutely no idea any day what he's going to say, how he's going to react, how he's going to feel. The most consistent he was during the regular season when someone were hurt, he'd say, we'll see.
He definitely loves saying we'll see. I know we're going to get a good coach, but I really want him to elevate his level to being a great coach, and that's what the Packers need from him, to be a great, consistent coach, continue to hold guys accountable, and I think it has to start this season if the team wants to get where they want to go.
I think you guys need to make sure on the Carpus Talking text line that it is NFL practice. There are rules of engagement. The QB1 must be protected. Is that so hard to understand? Yeah, no, it's not hard to understand. You know who's hard for it to understand for is Anthony Belton, apparently.
No, listen, I 100% get it. You need to protect the quarterback. But you think if that was Micah Parsons, he's throwing Micah Parsons out of practice? You think if Micah Parsons did that, he's kicking him out of practice? Hell no. He made an example out of Barryn Sorrell. So I wanted to be consistent.
He should make an example out of Anthony Belton.
He really should. What would have been perfect is he should have thrown Barryn Sorrell out of practice, and then he should have thrown Anthony Belton out the drill. He should have said, I told y'all about this bull rush. You're getting too close to my quarterback. Get out of here. And Anthony Belton, you have a duty to protect our damn quarterback. It may be like this in practice, but in the game, I can't save you in the game. I can't. That's what I would have loved to hear. That's somebody holding people accountable. That ain't Matt, though.
800
Matt, as my mom would say, is soft as cotton.
That's what your mom would say?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, everyone's got their phrase, soft as Charmin, soft as cotton.
Soft as cotton.
Baby poop.
Soft as baby poop.
Is baby poop soft?
Why are you asking me?
I don't know.
Yeah, why'd you look at CCAT?
Because he's the one who said it.
Depends on what phase you're in.
Ah.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, hanging with you, 800-990-3776. Call and text us on the Carpus Talking text line. It just so happens that it continues to get worse, Kyle.
For who?
Jesse Nelson.
No. What do you mean continues to get worse?
Like, it's one of those things where I'm so excited for you to hear it because he just can't stop opening up his mouth and saying ridiculous things.
He didn't say anything about the Brewers, did he?
You see, he has no idea, C-Cat.
What did he did this today?
Whew. You're in for a treat.
Oh.
Even you're in for
Jesse.
I love when you do the Jesse. Like Jesse Nelson, producer of Willie and Tausch, was on the Jump Around on YouTube at ESPN Madison on Thursdays. You're in for a treat next, let me tell you.
You're surviving Kyle and Brust
I don't know about you. I like to be gawked at. Okay.
on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Brew Crew Tuesdays are back on August 18th.
Uh-oh. Churio sends it deep to left, and there she goes.
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they battle the Seattle Mariners.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh, my goodness. Third deck.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Delta Dental of Wisconsin. Tune in August 18th at 6:40 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee, or check your local listings to watch the game.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Kyle Wallace. Right now, buy 4 windows, get 4 free in 48 months with 0% interest, same as cash. Restrictions apply. Call 414-410-2000. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
At Associated Bank, we know it's not always fun thinking about saving. You know what is fun? Not thinking about it. That's why we call it automated savings. You save automatically. How much you want, how often you want, for whatever you want. And if you don't know how much to save, well, that's why we're here. We'll suggest an amount so you hit your target without ever thinking about it. See, saving can be fun, especially when it's automatic. At Associated Bank, we get you. That's why we've got you. Learn more at associatedbank.com/yougotthis. Member FDIC.
Hi, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Most contractors cut corners and disappear when there's a problem. Not us. Since 1997, we've completed over 60,000 projects, earned thousands of 5-star reviews, and were named 2025 Roofing Magazine Contractor of the Year. We set the standard for exterior remodeling, trusted by homeowners, proven every single day. We're excited to show you why choosing Infinity means peace of mind. Visit infinityexteriors.com to see why your neighbors trust Infinity.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-885-3333. That's 800-885-3333.
Marquette's first-team All-Americans brought to you by Saganiac Planning. Mullen, Kogis, Meminger, Jones, Lee, Wade, and Howard. Got to mention Ed Boops Mullen, 1934. No idea about the Boops, but he was a first-year law student in his All-American season. Don Kogis in 61 averaged a 21-17 double-double with 2 games at 26 rebounds. And Dwayne Wade, 2003 consensus first-team All-American. How was he not National Player of the Year? David west of Xavier or T.J. Ford at Texas? Wrong. If you're a company owner offering medical insurance for your employees, you may be sick and tired of the constant increase in rates or change in benefits. Now's the time to take a look at a different type of plan. At Saganiac Planning, it's called level funding, an opportunity to keep premiums low and possibly receive a return of your premiums. For more on level funding, call Jack Saganiac, 262-783-6161. Saganiac Planning, a name synonymous with employee benefits and top-notch service.
Have no fear, the chaos is here. Lucky you. This is Kyle and Brust on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Kyle and Brust across ESPN Wisconsin. We said you were in for a treat. Before we get to that treat, I need you to tell us how to protect everything with American Family Insurance.
Oh, absolutely. With American Family Insurance, you already know you can protect your dreams with American Family Insurance, and it's time for training camp. And that means Dream Drive is back. Thanks to American Family Insurance, young fans can ride bikes to and from practice alongside their favorite Packers players, creating unforgettable moments on two wheels. There's fun for the whole family too. Play games, soak up the sun, or kick back in the shade. And don't forget the exclusive Packers giveaways. Take home sunglasses, bucket hats, tote bags, and so much more. It is a Packers tradition you don't want to miss. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Visit them today at amfam.com.
The treat is anytime Jesse Nelson has a platform outside of, chiming into Wilde and Tausch across ESPN Wisconsin, he likes to say some things, Kyle. And I'm so glad you haven't seen this or heard this. Let's play Jesse Nelson from the jump around on what is going to be here before we know it.
The best possible time to catch Notre Dame would be in week 1. National audience, one of the only games on Sunday night, a Labor Day weekend, standalone window. Wisconsin can beat Notre Dame. They can do it. They can do it.
Based off?
That's it.
He just said
they can catch him at the right time.
So wait,
in prime time.
So his rationale is Wisconsin can beat Notre Dame because it's week 1. It's a standalone game. It's in prime time.
Yep.
They can do it. Not, Wisconsin's offensive line seems like they're going to be good. You got a new transfer quarterback who can run on the ground. Like Notre Dame struggle with this. Like no analysis. Just I think they can do it.
I forgot to include Notre Dame has new players coming in. That's one piece of detail I edited for time.
Thank you for
Time
that.
out. So wait. He said Notre Dame has new players coming in. What the hell do you think Wisconsin got? What? We don't even know half the offense. We don't even know who the D-line is. Name the 4 starting D-linemen for the Badgers.
Oh, hell.
Exactly. Oh, hell. That's what Jesse called in without looking at any depth chart. Who are the 4 starting defensive linemen for the Wisconsin Badgers, and did any of them play for the Badgers last year? Like, what are we doing? This is what Jesse's doing. He said they can upset Notre Dame because.
Do you know what the point spread is?
Was it 21, 20, 20 and a half?
20 and a half. 20 and a half.
We just need to start with focusing on covering. This is not the same Wisconsin Badger team of the past. It's not. I'm excited to see what the debut is because, of course, they get you excited. You bring in a brand new quarterback, Old Dominion quarterback, so I should get really excited about that. Who can run, who can pass the football. Like, I'm excited for week 1 to see what the Badgers are going to look like. I have no reason to say
it's
that
a standalone primetime game. It's week 1. This is the best time in the world to catch Notre Dame.
Oh, because Notre Dame hasn't played a game yet? Guess who else hasn't played a game yet?
But it's week 1. It's a standalone primetime game.
Yeah. Does Jesse know that he made this stupid comment?
Probably not.
Was this on social media?
He defended his take on Wilde and Tausch earlier today.
Well, who cut it to put it on Wilde and Tausch?
Well, either Wilde or Jesse, I assume.
So Jesse said, "I have a hot take."
Jesse said, "I got something," and you. Let's make Wilde and Tausch about me, which I respect.
So you got a lot of views on the X machine over the weekend, and Jesse was saying it was a bold prediction segment. That is his putting the hand on the Bible, nothing but the truth, hand to God.
Wait, so bold prediction? Like, I guess he made a prediction. But he didn't give any facts or anything
Colton
behind
Joseph's going to go for 4 touchdowns and shock the college football world. They may not win, but the Badgers are going to show that they're for real under Luke Fickell in 2020. Is that bold?
That's much bolder than it's a night game standalone. I got the Badgers.
Hang on.
Week 1.
Are you promising we're not missing anything in there, C-Cat?
The part I brought up was the Notre Dame's got new players. Everyone's talking about Notre Dame, pressure, Wisconsin underdog. That's what I got.
Okay.
It's a horrible, bold prediction, too.
Yeah.
He led it with, I'm not saying Wisconsin is going to beat Notre Dame.
Did he say that for real?
He did say it. That's the first thing he said, but then he gave us.
He loves to put that in there. I'm not saying we should fire Pat Murphy, but maybe we should consider
it. I'm not saying they're going to beat the There is a correlation. I'm not saying we're going to beat Notre Dame, but I'm not saying that we shouldn't consider them beating Notre Dame.
Yeah, I mean that's it's just bad. I mean the Badgers. Listen, the Badgers are not beating Notre Dame. You know why? Because Notre Dame during the NIL era, there are classes of different teams. There's tiers of different teams, and what the Badgers have not shown to us and proven to us that they're at least knocking on the door of being another tier, or they're competing against other tier 1 teams. That is what the Badgers have not shown. Now, could I be shocked that the Badgers compete when it comes to Week 1 against Notre Dame? Yes, but the prediction of the Badgers beating Notre Dame is far off, and especially the way that Jesse put it
Do you
together.
want the full context?
Sure. What's the full context of Jesse?
I don't want to necessarily say that Wisconsin is going to beat Notre Dame on September 6th at Lambeau Field.
He's not saying, but is he saying?
All Notre Dame, including Marcus Freeman, all they're being asked about all offseason is being left out of the playoff last year and how much they're looking forward to November hosting Miami and South Bend, because that's the team that got in instead of them and made it all the way to the championship and had a good chance against Indiana. That should have been Notre Dame. Notre Dame has new players coming in. They're not going to be fully acclimated. They're going to Lambeau Field, where Wisconsin pulled off an upset a decade ago against a top 5 ranked team in the country. If Wisconsin has these tricks up its sleeve, if Wisconsin looks as good as Riley and others are saying at practice, the best possible time to catch Notre Dame would be in Week 1. National audience, one of the only games on Sunday night, a Labor Day weekend, standalone window. Wisconsin can beat Notre Dame. They can do it.
I think it's worse.
They can.
You know what I did? I did a simple Google search. Now, again, I didn't have time to process everything. So Wisconsin had 33 transfers they brought in this year. I looked up Notre Dame. You know how many transfers they brought in this year?
27.
Again, maybe it's just key transfers, but Notre Dame brought in a selective group of 7 incoming transfers in the 2026 season. A targeted approach makes a shift for the Fighting Irish, who secured several multi-year impact players rather than relying on solely graduate transfers.
He also forgot, as AJ chimes in, because I was there 10 years ago when they beat LSU. That's crazy to throw in there.
Yeah, a whole different regime.
A team that was good too. Jesse's like, yeah, all they're being asked about is missing at the college football playoff. The Badgers were 4-8. 4-8. You know what they're being asked about? Can you score more than 80+ points in a Big Ten season?
Yeah,
well, that's what they should be being asked about.
Yeah. Jesse just said stuff. That's all. Jesse was just talking. Jesse, in the fact that he literally said, I'm looking it up, and it looks here that Notre Dame didn't have nearly as many transfers.
They got new players, though, Kyle.
We got
7.
We got 33.
But our 33 are acclimated way quicker than Notre Dame 7. He never fails, man.
Jesse just, I'm not saying Jesse Nelson just brought this out of his behind, but I'm just saying maybe we should think that Jesse Nelson maybe just was saying stuff. He doesn't believe this. I know he doesn't believe this because he didn't take the time to research it enough to figure it out, whether or not this is true or not.
He's an aggregator.
And yeah, I see why certain folks on Twitter be ripping him a new one. It makes sense. It makes sense. He making us look bad. He making us look like we don't do our research.
So here's what I want to discuss next in 2 minutes. I wish every Green Bay Packer was as badass as Tucker Kraft. He's just a football guy, man. And he loves going to war, loves going to battle, loves contact, loves physicality. Doesn't have a contract, doesn't care. Tucker Kraft in 2 minutes.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
When your team needs custom gear, don't wing it. Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and More is your local partner for high-quality apparel with hands-on design help and services that actually feel, well, helpful for your business, teams, or events, Big Frog makes it easy. Visit bigfrog.com/Mequon today.
Looking for your next unforgettable night out in Milwaukee? Step into Upper Bar, where the city lights meet the river's edge and every evening feels like an occasion. Perched above the Milwaukee River with sweeping downtown views, Upper Bar is your stylish escape to the heart of the city. Sip handcrafted cocktails, explore curated wines, and share flavorful bites made for good company. Whether you're meeting friends, starting your night, or just chasing the view, you'll find it all here. Upper Bar. Elevated evenings right in the center of it all. Visit upperbarmke.com to learn more.
National Sandwich Month is here, and Cousins Subs is celebrating all month long with exclusive rewards for Cousins Club members. Join Cousins Club today and unlock special offers, bonus points, and extra ways to earn rewards every time you order throughout August. It's our way of helping you get even more from your favorite subs. From classics to grill-to-order favorites and deli fresh subs, there's always something delicious to discover at Cousins Subs. Celebrate National Sandwich Month with Cousins Club and start earning rewards today. Cousins Subs. We believe in better.
Calling all High Life lovers, the Champaign of Beers is making history. They're selecting their very first mayor of the Champaign of Beers region. Share your story, throw your hat in the ring, and show us why you love High Life by visiting the Miller Brewery website. Must be 25 plus to sign up, 21 plus to enjoy. Celebrate responsibly.
This is Brian Balaga. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN.
94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle and Brust on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. With Kyle Wallace, here's Ben Brust.
Jesse's a bigger clown than C. Kitty from AJ in the Berg on the Carveless Talking text line. No arguments here.
Nice. Another compliment from me.
Just means you're a clown, just not as big of a clown. Kyle and Brust across ESP Wisconsin. Call us and text us at 800-990-3776. List is more. YouTube at ESP Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Football's getting closer. Football's getting closer. And it feels even more real when you see and hear Tucker Kraft talk to the media about his approach this offseason and you know, with the contract and everything. Just take a listen to Tucker Kraft.
Why are you doing this? Like, you're in the last year of your contract. You're arguably the best tight end in football. You probably deserve to be paid like it. You're absorbing some risk by being out there in 11 on 11. Why are you doing this?
I always put it back on the team. Like, every one of these guys comes in here and this is a violent sport and we risk life and limb. You know, guys have to medically retire from this shit. They banging heads, they got messed up necks, backs. You know, how many times can you blow a knee out? You know, guys keep fighting and clawing to come back into this locker room. And that's the reason I do it. You know, there's
This is the straw that broke the camel's back, Kyle.
I know. As soon as it happened, I said, dump. I said, uh-oh. The segment's about to be changed, CK. You realize that, right?
Don't know what we're talking about. We got one of the best tight ends in football right in town. That's the mentality I want Keisean Nixon to have.
You are 1 foot out the door of
true.
ESPN Wisconsin.
That's not true.
I mean, it's not true.
Got both of them out there. Head's still in the door.
You got both of them out there?
Yeah.
You're gone?
Head is still here, but feet are...
Breaking news. Christian Cat.
Whoa.
Government name. C Cat, C Kitty. Has used us up and is leaving us.
Used us like a dirty prostitute.
This is a figure of speech? What
no,
are you saying?
this ain't a figure of speech. You already said you're 2 feet out the door. And that I don't think in my 9 years of working here has an audio clip ever had a swear word without it being beeped out. You be golfing in the morning. You be going to the movie theaters. You already got your new job lined up in ESPN 1000 in Chicago.
The trainer! You're Craig Counsell.
No, he ain't Craig Counsell. Craig Counsell was good. Craig Counsell was good. He made the Brewers better. He's got us having Tucker Kraft swear on the air.
You know what? I heard this clip because it was Jason's clip, and I remember. I don't know if did I send this to you guys too when I was there. And I was like, "Oh, that's a cuss word." I forgot.
Bro, what was that?
That was a mistake.
Are you already a Cubs fan too now? Bears fan? Have you already sucked up to our interim content market manager, who is the market manager or content manager in Chicago, Danny?
Yes, because I learned from the best, which is Ben Brust. I sucked up the best I could because
it's a good answer.
It's very
but
true.
It's inexcusable.
Yes, I am leaving ESPN Milwaukee to go to ESPN Chicago less than 3 months after I accepted this job. That is absolutely
Did you
true.
know that this was a possibility when you first took this job?
Possibility? Oh, yeah.
So you looked us in our eyes for 3 months knowing you were just going to use us up and spit us out like we were nothing.
Played the cards close to the chest.
So we're coming up with lists. The K&B fam's heavily involved. We're trying to get you to become a Wisconsinite.
Okay,
what are the
yeah.
top 10 things that Christian Cat, because you're no longer C-Cat, you are government name here.
That's totally fine.
Because you are nothing to the K&B fam.
Damn!
He is nothing. What do you mean, damn, Kyle? What do you mean, damn? You see this performance today? He doesn't care about us.
I care about you individually.
He's a ESPN Chicago guy now. He's a Bears fan. Are you a Bears fan too?
I wouldn't consider myself a Bears fan. I certainly am rooting for the Bears to kick the Packers' ass 2 times this year. I want to see it. I want Caleb Williams, glittery fingernails all over that. Oh my God!
Why is that?
I've never liked the Packers. I've never liked the Packers. It has nothing to do with actually working at ESPN Chicago coming up.
Why did you hate the Packers? What did we ever do?
The most annoying kid in my 6th grade class was a Packers fan. So
I know. I know why. I mean, 6th grade. How old were you in the 6th grade? What year?
Probably 13, I think.
What year? 2000 what?
That's going to take some time to think.
Come on, man.
6th grade was how many years?
16 years ago.
6 minus. That was 2010.
Yeah. I wonder
why it was annoying, huh?
He spray painted the snow in the front yard.
They won a championship.
Super Bowl.
It's a little bit too much. You live in New York. Come on, pal.
Well, yeah.
Have some self-awareness.
You mad that the kids happy his team won a championship? That's what it likes. That's what it feels like when you're actually loyal to your team.
Light this man up. 800-990-3776 K&B fam. I want to talk about Tucker Kraft. You know how he's talking about it's a violent sport. I gotta do it for the team. We thought we were the K&B fam, like a team doing this together. He, for 3 months, has been plotting his out of ESPN Milwaukee to go to ESPN 1000 in Chicago, our sister station, plays audio of Tucker Kraft with the swear word, which I don't think has ever happened in my 9 years because we got people doing this for us that bleep it out already. You just took the cut from the internet, didn't do anything with it. And now you've also said you hope the Bears kick the crap out of the Packers on your way out.
This is crazy.
Hope is putting it lightly. I will go to bed tonight, and before I do, I will get on both knees, elbows on the bed, and pray to the high heavens that it is final score, Chicago Bears 34, Packers 7.
Oh,
and then I hope it
God.
maybe a 27-24. I hope it hurts a little bit more. I hope there's a late game decision made by Matt LaFleur that costs the Packers.
You know, CK, I've been light on you, but you crossed the line at this point. There's one thing to use me and abuse me like some dirty girl you met or boy or whatever the hell, whatever it is you meet out at the club at night, because I've been there, done that before, said, yeah, that's a one-night stand. There's another thing to sit here and wish ill will on my Green Bay Packers and all the Packer backers in this world to sit here on ESPN Milwaukee and to tell our fans that you hope for the Chicago Bears to beat the Green Bay Packers and to reveal that you hate the Green Bay Packers is the most disrespectful thing you could possibly ever do. I can let everything else slide, but you sitting here trying to tell us and use our beautiful, precious airtime and our airways to give us any type of Chicago Bears hype is the most disgusting thing that you could possibly ever do. So you are not Christian Cat, you're Christian Kitty, because that's what you are. You're a kitten.
Okay.
And by the way, I don't have the power to do this, but I'm getting personal texts. I'm getting the Carbless Talk and text line that are saying, remove him from the show right now.
That is it's unbelievable. We have a mole. We have a freaking mole. He came. We had a spy. He's been here all behind the scenes. And then what is he going to do is he's going to go to ESPN Chicago and sell all our little dirty secrets to Cap and all the boys down there. We got a damn mole. We got a damn snake. We got a damn traitor. I thought that my boy, because he's from Whitefish Bay as well, but I thought Craig Counsell was a snake. But this right here, this is the truest Benedict Darnold I've ever seen one.
Yeah. And it works. Are you kidding me?
That is
you guys are stupid.
Now he just called us stupid.
No, I know.
Now,
I want to give him a kind of
He's been sitting here for
knock
months.
him upside the head.
He's been sitting here for months talking about these idiots.
Yeah, right? Like,
these
I can't wait till I
bolos.
can leave after all this nonsense that they've been saying.
I'm a golf every single morning, not give a damn.
Yep, come in here. Send some bullet points. Kyle and Ben will figure it out. Oh, I'll make this stupid segment catastrophic with a meow.
Yeah.
AJ in Baltimore,
He was right the whole time.
He was right.
He was right the entire time. I should have listened to him. I should have listened to my dog.
Hang on. He was on the outside, Kyle.
He was.
You and I, we were with this snake every day. We didn't sniff it out.
We did.
He knew. And we knew a little bit. We needed like a brandy old fashioned. Like there was some like really, really suspicious things about this character.
There were
But you
breadcrumbs.
seem genuine, but now I know you're not. You literally are a snake. So AJ in Baltimore, he's been your mortal enemy.
Yes.
Because he's called you on your stuff.
My foil.
He was right.
He was.
He
I'm
was
telling
right,
you.
and you have the floor, AJ. Do not swear, because I almost did, and you deserve the floor because you were right about the producer that we have that is leaving us to go to Chicago playing swear words on our airwaves.
It's going to be hard to keep it clean, but I'll do my best here, guys. You my dog, Kyle. Unlike this sea kitty.
Bite
right?
his ass. Bite his
Us
ass.
dogs got to stick together. Not like this sea kitty. All right? He's Christian from here on out. He's not even earned the sea kitty nickname anymore. We knew as soon as he couldn't handle Wisconsin old-fashioned, he'd never been to Lambeau. He's East Coast elitist mentality. Send him his ass down to Chicago. And we'll see what happens 3 times this year against Chicago. But I'll be looking for you, Sea Kitty. Christian Cat. I'm coming.
Yeah, he's coming. And
that's what your mom said last night, AJ. Get out of here, cuz. Get out of here, AJ.
Great.
Adios, my friend.
Yo, you are.
No.
I don't even know. Dump. I don't know if you can say that. Are you trying to get fired from your next job? What's wrong with you?
Yeah, Mike's still on. Listen, I'm gonna call you 152. You know what I'm gonna call him 152? That's his batting average when he played at Penn State. You not CK. You
Don't say
152.
Penn State. It's Penn State like Hazeltown.
Penn State University of something. I'm gonna call you 152 from now on.
You're making quite the exit, man.
This
I wasn't ready for this.
I wasn't ready. He said he was ready for Brust to try to unload on him. He was ready.
He was almost a little too ready.
He wasn't entirely too ready.
I think we got to take a break and get to Jason Mildy. Don't worry. If you're on the line and would like to get a word in about the little snake in the grass we got here.
Snake in the grass. 152.
And Christian Kitty over there. We got to get to Jason Mildy on the England guest hotline. We have an absolute traitor in our building, and he went crazy there.
He just lost his mind.
Next.
You're experiencing Kyle and Brust.
Eleanor Roosevelt and Franklin D. Roosevelt.
They were kissing cousins?
They were cousins. You know that?
But were they
I don't-
kissing?
They were married.
Yeah,
what
I
you
think
mean?
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Looks like southbound 43. We start off with an accident. The two left lanes are blocked right just past the ramp from 9th Street. So we're seeing delays coming in from about Good Hope Road all the way down to that point. Right now, Brown Deer Road to downtown's up to about an 11-minute ride. So you're looking at tack an extra 4 onto your normal ride. On southbound 41, we've also got some backups from Brown Deer Road or Main Street, Menominee Falls, pretty much all the way down to Silver Spring. Also, the northbound side's backed up from Capitol Drive past Hampton. Westbound 94, we do have the right lane blocked with an incident right in the stadium interchange. So it's going to be tying things up. We've got slowdowns from 35th Street all the way to about, Holly Road, and also a crash as well as you're making your way down southbound 175 heading towards eastbound 94 in the stadium. Traffic is brought to you by the Neal Group. John Neal and his team know how to minimize your taxes. You earned it, they help you keep it. Visit nealgroup.net to learn more. That's nealgroup.net. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Partly cloudy skies, low of 64. Tomorrow, humid with afternoon storms, likely a high of 82. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Loziga on 94.5 ESPN.
All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you.
We're not trying to get from A to B. We're trying to get from A to SB, as in the Super Bowl.
800-990-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
St-Juste is a national legal nonprofit fighting to save lives, protect our climate, and strengthen our economy through the shift to zero emissions. Visit us at earthjustice.org. St-Juste, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee is setting the stage to rock your socks off. This August, jam out with real rock off. You could win raging prizes to the tune of $300,000. Get in on the jam session by playing with your Potawatomi rewards card for entries. Thursday nights will be a game show battleground for your share of cash and reward play. Real rock off. It's gonna be epic. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Kevin Moret for Mentality. For our guys wanting to lean up and preserve their muscle mass, nothing is more powerful than combining testosterone therapy with GLP-1s. The TRT builds muscle and fuels metabolism, while GLP-1s target fat stores of the body. Clients currently combining these two revolutionary treatments look better than they have in years. This treatment isn't for everyone, only the guys that want next-level results. Start today at lowtusa.com. That's lowtusa.com.
Enjoy Ozaki County's premier golf destination, The Bog in Saukville. Featuring 18 championship holes designed by legendary golfer Arnold Palmer, The Bog offers a golf experience unlike any other for all skill levels. But The Bog is more than just golf. It's the perfect setting for corporate events, weddings, and group outings. Our team brings every detail to life. Play the finest greens of Wisconsin, then enjoy a bite to eat in our restaurant or out on our new patio bar overlooking the 18th green. It's time to golf, Wisconsin. It's time to enjoy The Bog.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
What do parents think of back to school at Staples, where 24-pack Crayola crayons are just 50 cents?
Staples has folders, notebooks, and pens at great prices.
I'm smiling from ear to ear. It's the most wonderful time.
Mom, I missed the bus of the year.
It's a wonderful time at Staples, where school supplies start at just 25 cents. Staples.
That was easy.
Visit your local Staples today or shop online and in the app. Ends 9/12. Exclusions apply.
Watch your step. You're with Kyle and Brust on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
I would certainly hope that they would if I'm a Packers fan.
Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year.
Believe me, I have tried to get some information on that.
Holding everybody accountable.
We felt that way last year.
Jason Wilde is on Kyle and Brust.
Joining us on Kyle and Brust on the Yingling Guest Hotline is Jason Wilde, host of Wilde and Tausch, 9 noon across these various stations. Yingling's the oldest brewery in America and now officially in Wisconsin. DG Yingling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly. Got those P's in there. Pop. Jason, welcome into Kyle and Brust.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. I really enjoyed your exchange with Tucker Kraft, in which you laid out, the risk that he, could be putting up, and with him being one of the best tight ends. I guess from a Tucker standpoint, is it like something that they're
that you know they're talking about? Like, do you think he'll be done before the season? Because I am scared for him from a, like, if I was him, it would be hard for me to do this knowing what's on the line.
Yeah, I know they're talking. I know they've been negotiating. That's not me breaking any news there. We all are aware of that. And Tucker's acknowledged that publicly, so that's nothing new. I think he's, dare I say, just trying to take the high road and believe that in the end they will take care of him and it'll be resolved before the season starts. I would argue that he's still putting himself at risk now. There is a segment of the fan base that will say, because I've seen it already, he's under contract. Again, I don't want to.
Wasn't it Balaga on Family Night heading into a contract year? Like there's just so much that can happen.
Yep. Family Night, he tore his ACL. Tausch tore his ACL in each of his contract years, which was great for me because he would have cashed in big time because he was one of the best right tackles in football, and we wouldn't be celebrating our 10th anniversary because he probably wouldn't have had to work. I would say this: there's risk here, and what irritates me, and again, I spent a little too much time on social media last night with folks.
Yeah, you did, Jason. I saw a lot of you
on their Keisean Nixon takes, but everyone the crowd with Tucker Kraft, who clearly, I don't want to speak to whatever reasons there are why they like Tucker Kraft better, but there's a segment of the fan base that if you did a Venn diagram of people that love Tucker Kraft and dislike Keisean Nixon, I'm not saying it would be a circle, but there'd be a lot of overlap because Tucker Kraft operates one way and obviously Keisean operates another. But you're talking about him basically being in line to make 7x of what he's scheduled to make this year, right? $3.5 million is his base salary, or $3.43. And as Adam Schefter said on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy like 4 or 5 days ago, like the number for the average per year is going to have a 2 in front of it. And what bothers me is the crowd that says, well, he's under contract. I don't understand why you would say. I had a few people say that too. Well, here's why. Because that contract is a one-way contract. Did you say the same thing about Elton Jenkins? And say, well, he's still under contract for next year. The Packers should be paying him. What about Nate Hobbs? He signed a 4-year contract. He got 1 year, right? Those contracts, it don't matter. Like, it just doesn't. And so, yeah, it's great that he's under contract this year, but a lot of players don't get to the end of the contracts they sign, and no one ever says, well, that wasn't right. The team cut him before their contract was up. What do they say? Oh, we cleared $14 million in cap space. That's awesome. So Tucker is putting himself at risk. I respect his faith. He talked about how I did not fact check this, even though I went to a Lutheran school myself. He said it in the Bible. It is mentioned more than 350 times where Jesus says, "Do not fear." I don't know if that number is accurate or not, but I would just say this. The old song, Jesus loves me, this I know, because the Bible tells me so.
You better say
Bad stuff happens to good people and Christian people too. So I believe he's taking a risk. I believe the Packers are obviously operating a business, so it's not a charity. But I personally would say, hey, I'll do all the drills that you ask me to. I will be more than happy to be around the team every day. And like, this isn't it's not like it's the old days where you held out and you didn't even come to camp. But I'm not doing 11 on 11 because weird stuff can happen. And I respect him for his beliefs, but he was dismissive of something that there are too many cautionary tales of guys that put themselves in this position. Devontae Adams, one of the outliers, right? He went through an entire season on a contract year. And then what did they do after Goody said that they would pay him? They put the franchise tag on him and traded him. So it's a business. It ain't show friends. It's show business.
Jason, he also said, Tucker Kraft also mentioned that he's going to be limited for half the season about to a snap count. Can you elaborate on exactly what that means for the Packers fans and what they should expect?
I don't think that's what he meant. I'm always a little bit leery of explaining what people mean. But he says later on then about, I think what he meant to say was they're not going to be limiting his snaps for half the season. They're going to be monitoring them. And I think there's a difference there, right? It's, hey, we're going to plan on playing you 43 snaps. And if you feel good, we're going to let you play some more. But we're going to be monitoring that because his goal, which he says like in the very next answer to the very next question, is still to play without restriction in the opener. I mean, this is a guy that played 88% of his snaps, something like that, maybe even close to 90% before his injury last year. So I don't see him wanting to limit his snaps. Sometimes you do have to protect players from themselves, certainly. But I would anticipate him very much wanting to play as many snaps as he sees fit.
Jason, I was not like Kyle into the social media last night, seeing you pop up. I'm just curious your general opinion on Keisean Nixon, in my opinion, leading with, feels like I'm being punished. But then he does say all the right things about if I'm with the ones or the twos or the special teams, like I'm going to give it my go and give it my all, but kind of leading with the victim mentality of I'm being punished. What do you make of what's going on at the cornerback position? Because I do feel like they do need him.
Yeah, I think they need him too. And look, we're all different, right? What does Ted Lasso say? All people are different people. So I would not have led with the being punished line. It was an answer to my question. He had said, after he called us over and said, let's get this out of the way, I said, well, you understand why we were creeping, as you put it. He's like, why? And I said, well, Matt has made it very clear that you're competing for your job. What do you make of that? And that was when he said, I guess I'm being punished. Now, again, I don't think, and by the way, there are others, and I don't want to do whataboutism here, but that's one of Aaron Rodgers' tricks too when he's on the McAfee show, right? He doesn't want to be the victim, but then he talks about how poorly he's been treated when it comes to his opinions on things. What I find frustrating is that just because I don't agree with fans' assessments of him doesn't mean that I agree with everything that Keisean Nixon says or does. It's not that I don't recognize why they're frustrated by him, but I thought it was important to include more than that one quote which was tweeted out by people right after he said it, and he did. He talked for 9 more minutes. My issue is, and again, this is the way I approach my job, everything that the person says is significant. Now, you decide what to include in your stories when you write them or which clips to play when you're doing a radio show like I do, but I don't think you get to just say, well, this is the only thing that I thought was significant out of the 9 minutes, because he did say a lot of other things, including expressing his confidence, talking about what Jair Alexander and Aaron Rodgers did for him when he first got there and where his confidence was when he arrived in Green Bay after barely playing for the Raiders. And I also think it's significant that while there's a very high-profile viral video of that goal line play in Chicago, which I did ask him specifically about, because that is something that fans definitely talk about. I do think it's worth noting, as I noted in my story, both Pro Football Focus and Pro Football Reference credited him with 4 missed tackles last season. 4. So the narrative that he doesn't tackle well, that he turns down tackles, I'm not sure that's entirely accurate.
Was the shot at him by his coach? Was Matt LaFleur, when he talked about he wants corners that are willing to tackle, was that a shot at him and Carrington Valentine, or who was that at?
I think that it was a general statement, but yes, I think that Matt LaFleur's human. I'm sure he was pissed off about that play in Pittsburgh, the way that was handled. I thought Jonathan Gannon was much calmer about that. But yeah, I mean, look, here's the bottom line about their corners. And obviously, Kyle, you understand this. The idea of playing corner, because is your cousin a corner? What position does he play?
I thought you were gonna say corner because I played corner in high school. And
you're a linebacker.
in practice, he's a linebacker for the Broncos.
Okay, so I don't know about you, but when I look at Keisean, when I look at Carrington Valentine, when I look at Jair Alexander, even Goody said this, by the way, when he was talking about the corner position at the draft. He said, you can't have too many of them because they're the smallest guys on the field and they tend to get injured. That was him saying that, not me. And he also mentioned what both Hafley before and Gannon now believe in their systems, and that is they need corners that can tackle, which is fine. I mean, you're getting paid a ton of money. Your job is to be physical. Go be physical. I get it. But I would say this. If that is going to be a prerequisite to being a successful corner in his system, then you better build your roster accordingly, right? With bigger guys that might be sturdier. Now, in Keisean's defense, he's never missed a game since he got to Green Bay, so he's been pretty durable.
Yeah.
But I always think of Jair Alexander getting run over by Najee Harris, and the dude was just never, ever, ever the same. He was willing to put his nose in it all the time defensively. He was.
He used to blow up those quick passes all the time.
Yeah, he was as physical as any little guy I've ever covered, and that's what he was compared to obviously the behemoths that you're dealing with, right? So, if that's what you're going to do, then you have to be ready, A, for guys to miss time, and B, you might want to add guys that are a little sturdier. But guess what? You get a bigger guy. What is the trade-off, right? Because everybody would love guys that are 6'2", built like a you-know-what building, and can tackle and also cover like Darrelle Revis. But unfortunately, God didn't make that many people like that. So if you're going to do that, you're going to probably sacrifice on the coverage end. And maybe, you play enough zone coverage, maybe you don't need it, right? Maybe that's part of it, is that you can get away with doing that. But again, I understand what they're going for. I do. I do not want to be. I was really mad last night. One guy in particular, suggesting that I'm not telling the truth. Like, look, man, I was there for the whole conversation. I wrote 1,500 words, including virtually everything the guy said. I appreciate that you have a different opinion on him, but to question my professionalism really makes me angry. I'm not Keisean Nixon's friend. I am not here to defend him. I have admitted many times I don't understand the level of anger and hatred for him. I certainly understand the things he's done that are frustrating or disappointing or irritating to fans. But as Craig and I talked about on Sunday Karma a couple weeks ago, like, here's a guy that was a nobody, undrafted free agent, barely played on defense in Las Vegas, and he actually started in Oakland. Packers signed him for the minimum salary, becomes a two-time All-Pro return guy, becomes a nickel guy, then a starting corner, then a number one corner. Like, that's a guy that, as he said, he worked from the bottom up. And I'm a little surprised that Packers fans don't have appreciation for that. But he also runs his mouth. And I was talking to somebody that works in the building yesterday about him, and the one thing that he said to me was, "Isn't that what most people want from corners?" I was like, "Well, yeah, I guess. I guess they just don't want it from Keisean."
When they're lockdown, it makes it a little easier. But Jason, we do appreciate all the insight and all the time, and we'll have plenty of more to pepper you with on Thursday.
All right, guys, take care. Be good.
That's Jason Wilde on the Yingling Guest Hotline. We continue on because we touched on a little bit with Jason there, but the Tucker Kraft building up snaps until he, is.
That's good. He said that he monitoring Monitor.
You could.
I don't even know. Get some water.
There's going to be more monitoring going on.
Monitoring.
With Micah Parsons and Tucker Kraft.
Too much.
Which I want to get to because it is important because that was a major conversation point in the offseason about getting your main guys back. But how back are they? Next.
You're dealing with Kyle and Brust.
I think I need to take medicine. I've been sick for a month.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Big delays along southbound 43, starting at about Good Hope Road all the way down to an accident scene that's just past Capitol Drive. The two left lanes are blocked. There's a semi involved. There was also a car involved. Looks like they were able to tow that one away. But just to give you an idea, we've got a 23-minute ride from Brown Deer Road to downtown. It's usually only about 8, so that'll be what we're dealing with right now. Also on southbound 175 to eastbound 94 in the stadium interchange, right lane is blocked with an incident. I don't know if it's a violator, but definitely going to be causing some delays through there. Also an accident westbound 94 at Mitchell Boulevard. That's on the left shoulder right now. Folks are able to get past it, but it's still going to be a little bit of a sticky ride. Don't miss Snap-on's IndyCar Weekend, August 28th through the 30th at Milwaukee Mile at Wisconsin State Fair Park. Get your tickets at MilwaukeeMile.com. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, partly cloudy skies, around 64. Tomorrow, humid with afternoon storms, likely a high of 82. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Meet Jim and Rita.
We went on a motorcycle trip.
But somewhere in Wyoming, Jim and Rita were in a serious accident.
They blocked off the interstate and everything and took us to the hospital.
Sometime later, Rita made a discovery.
She had noticed that the bracelet was gone. And I asked the trooper, is there a chance we can go out there and see if it's still there?
And amazingly,
he found a couple of pieces.
It was only 2 tiny links of the bracelet.
Jim was determined to buy Rita another bracelet from Kessler's.
And I had my checkbook in my hand.
But when he arrived there,
and I said, okay, how much? And she says, that's part of our warranty.
Jim and Rita discovered the Kessler's miraculous, no small print warranty.
It's just amazing that you guys do this.
And it's true.
If you bought it at Kessler's, it's guaranteed. It's just that simple.
It surely is miraculous.
Read the Kessler's miraculous, no small print warranty yourself at KesslersDiamonds.com.
Get your final August plans in for Brewers Rangers Action Friday, August 28th through Sunday the 30th. Starting with the Cole Swindell post-game concert at Country Music Night on Friday, featuring a belt buckle with a special ticket. Then it's Jackson Churio Mania. Get the Churio Bowl giveaway Saturday, courtesy of 620 WTMJ. And get it on the Final Kids Cheer Free Sunday before summer ends. Kids get a Churio Height poster on Sunday, courtesy of Joy. Get tickets for it all at Brewers.com.
It's WTMJ's Debbie Lazaga. Every morning, I talk about traffic backups and slowdowns around Milwaukee. At Sewer Ninjas, they help homeowners avoid a different kind of backup, a sewer backup. Sewer Ninjas is a Wisconsin family-owned company specializing in sewer camera inspections, drain cleaning, and trenchless repairs that can often be completed without tearing up your yard. Their goal is simple: find problems early and help homeowners avoid costly surprises. Learn more at sewerninjas.com. That's sewerninjas.com.
Calling all High Life lovers, the Champaign of Beers is making history. They're selecting their very first mayor of the Champaign of Beers region. Share your story, throw your hat in the ring, and show us why you love High Life by visiting the Miller Brewery website. Must be 25 plus to sign up, 21 plus to enjoy. Celebrate responsibly.
Hey, it's Kyle Walls for Universal Windows Direct. Can you believe we're already talking about the end of summer? It feels like we were just firing up our grills for Memorial Day. But if replacing your windows has been sitting on your to-do list, now's the time to get it done and cross it off for good. Right now, you can buy 4 windows and get 4 free, and you can also get 48 months of 0% interest financing. Call 414-410-2000 or visit universalwindowsdirect.com to schedule your free estimate today. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year.
For over 50 years, Covenant House has been helping youth in crisis. To learn more, go to covenanthouse.org today.
Let the good times roll. Kyle and Brust are back on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The Steinhoffels Labor Day sale is happening now, and it's one of the best times of the year to save. Get up to 30% off furniture and home decor, plus incredible deals on top mattress brands like Beautyrest, Tempur-Pedic, Helix, and more, all from Steinhoffels. And for a limited time, when you test rest a Beautyrest Black mattress, you'll get a free $25 gas card just for giving it a try. Hurry into your nearest Steinhoffels showroom or shop online at steinhoffels.com. I'm telling y'all, Steinhoffels is the place to go.
Kyle and Brust across ESPN Wisconsin. Call us, text us at 800-990-3776. This is more. YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Now, one of the biggest things, which is an argument I totally feel and thought was valid from Kyle Wallace, is when taking a look at this offseason, the way Goody approached it, and he made moves. He brought in Sky Moore. There was Zaire Franklin. There's Jonathan Hargrave.
Javon.
It's
all good.
What I was mostly getting at here is when you're building a team and you add pieces and you go through the draft, a lot of the conversation was you were 9-3-1 and you lost Zach Tom for a good portion of the season, Tucker Kraft, Micah Parsons. So part of the narrative of why you think the Packers will be good or better or just as good the next season is you're getting your guys back. And when you have Micah Parsons now with a little bit more clarity, it seems as week 6 is the target date, Sunday Night Football against the Cowboys. Then you hear Tucker Kraft and CCAT. I know you're on the phone. Looks like you're having a grand old time.
Sniggling and giggling back
Giggling
there.
on his way to Chicago. Do you have Tucker Kraft talking about his potential buildup of snap count?
No, I don't have that. We didn't talk about that. We can have that in like 60 seconds.
Who are you talking to?
I was talking to Dale in West Bend, who had an advice to how I should be introduced from now on.
Which is what?
He said kitty cat, and they should use the Wedding Crashers reference. But yeah, that's what was happening.
For those who missed it, CCAT is a snake and is leaving us for ESPN 1000 in Chicago, and he had hoped that
the Packers get
absolutely
destroyed
by the Bears.
Yes, I am being the bad guy wholeheartedly, and it's not
But
disingenuous.
like, is this an act, or do you really?
Yeah,
believe
like
this?
for real.
I truly don't root for the Packers.
But you want to root for the Bears?
If that's who the Packers are playing.
So legitimately, you root against the Packers every week. And it's because you went to middle school with a friend that was happy that the Packers won a Super Bowl.
Yes. The Packers are kind of in a group. They're not the number one hated team, not at all for me in life or in the NFL. I dislike the Eagles and the Steelers a lot more.
So you just don't have a team. You just hate. You're a hater.
There is a lot of hate in my heart. Don't get me wrong. When it comes to sports, I have a team. I like the Ravens.
He likes the Ravens. He didn't say love, but he hates more teams than he loves.
Yes.
That is crazy.
It's depressing and it's sad, and maybe it's symptoms of a greater problem.
I don't even CCAT. I'm actually kind of happy you're leaving because there is so much.
Kinda.
There's so much I'm learning about you that this book and story seems like it has some demons, and I don't do well with demons.
I got a lot of demons.
Well, I know, and I know, and
you don't do well.
You suppress them. CCAT.
You're right.
Some of the stuff I heard from CCAT over the last week is just like, oh, okay.
There's a lot going on in there, huh?
There's a lot going on inside the mind and body of Christian 152 Cat.
Batting average at Penn State Hazleton.
Yes. Bat in the 6 hole. Relied on me. Got to protect the 5 batter.
Do you got Tucker Kraft?
I'm going to listen to it first.
Smart man. I ain't mad. It's a little bit of growth, a little bit of learning overall from him. But, overall, regardless of what you were trying to allude to, though, Ben, there is a concern with the Green Bay Packers that if you're talking about.
Let me just paraphrase. I don't want to mess anything up. Essentially, Tucker Kraft talked about having to build up his reps, right? And like at the halfway point, they'll let him go, and it's just he'll probably start around if he's gonna. I don't know, be like 70, 80% of the snaps he would normally play in a full game.
Something like that, but they're going to
probably
monitor
like
it.
40 to 50 to 55 to 60 to 65 to like it's going to be a build-up process.
But
my point is,
yeah.
you talked about getting Tucker and Micah back this season, and it seems as if the full versions of themselves won't be there as soon as you maybe had hoped in the offseason. I feel like that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, the problem that I have is that when you look at the Packers and you look at some of their best players, you're looking at a Micah Parsons who's going to be out because he's going to be on the PUP. When you look at a Tucker Kraft who's going to be limited, they're going to monitor his snaps or how many reps he has in a certain game. Regardless of how y'all feel about Aaron Banks or not, Aaron Banks is the best guard on this football team, and Aaron Banks being up in the air as well is not something that's positive for this team. Josh Jacobs still has that cloud over him where whether or not we don't know what's going to happen. So there is a possibility that you're talking about the Green Bay Packers going into the season with no Micah, no Aaron Banks, Josh Jacobs may not be there, and a limited Tucker Kraft. That makes the first 4 to 6 games of the season that much more important because it's one thing going without Micah Parsons. It's another thing going on without other guys who are being paid a lot of money to perform for this team. So there is a concern that I do have for the first 6 weeks.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, hanging out with the trader, Christian
Benedict Arnold.
Kitty. Leaving us at ESPN Wisconsin to go to ESPN 1000 in Chicago as he roots against the Packers in his daily life, and didn't tell that to us in any of the last 3 months.
Never came up.
Just never came up.
You know what makes it so crazy is we had this whole meeting we were gonna plan talking about the football season.
He knows he's
And
out the door.
He's like, yeah,
let's do it.
Yeah. I'm down. Ideas for those Packers. Go.
So I
go.
genuinely have a question since you're leaving. Like, there's been a lot of things that we've asked you to save for football season when that Kyle's proclaimed things, and we want to listen back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, did you actually make something?
Yes, I have. Well, I don't. It's not like all combined, but I have something. Yeah.
That's great. So it's you did something like it's not just gonna die.
I have 2 that I remember off the top of my head right now. One of which is how Kyle will feel if the Packers start the season 3-3, and that is not a panic situation. He'll be okay with it.
Oh yeah, because he would be panicking.
Do you know where to find that at?
It's in my folder.
Okay, all right, cool. That's all good with me, C-Cat. I ain't mad at you. I mean, Christian.
Do you want to hear what Tucker Kraft has to say?
No, we got to go to break.
You're along for the ride with Kyle and Brust
I mean, I love you both, but I find Kyle a little more spot on.
on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. All the antics,
We had the same situation when I played with Holmgren.
You okay?
I almost broke my chair.
Yeah, you almost fell out of your chair there.
all the action.
Micah Parsons is healthy, and if Tucker Kraft is healthy, the Packers are in that Super Bowl. I think that they would have run through the NFC. I think they beat Seattle. I think that they are the NFC representative in that game.
The best of both worlds lives right here. Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Weekday mornings from 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
ESPN fans, it's Gabe Neitzel here, and I want to introduce you to Jens Family Chiropractic. Whether you're putting in long days on the job, coaching the kids, spending weekends on the golf course, or just trying to stay active, your body takes on a lot. And if back pain, neck pain, headaches, or sciatica have become a part of your routine, Jens Family Chiropractic believes it's worth finding out why. Their focus is identifying the cause of the problem, not just covering up symptoms. Learn more and check out their new patient special at jensfamilychiropractic.com. That's jensfamilychiropractic.com.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank. Tri-City National Bank offers a full suite of personal and business banking products at more than 25 convenient locations. Open your account today at the community bank that's Milwaukee's best bank. Learn more at tcnb.com.
Well, it's safe to say it's already been a rather interesting preseason for Packers cornerback Keisean Nixon. In last week's preseason opener for Green Bay against the Pittsburgh Steelers, Nixon missed a tackle on Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver Jeremy Bernard up the right sideline and was heavily criticized by fans and the head coach alike. Nixon, who's been practicing with both the first and second team defense this preseason, spoke with the media on Sunday and had quite a bit to say.
I guess I'm being punished right now. I don't know. I don't really worry about when I'm running in camp, ones or twos. I just keep my process and just compete for real.
This has been your Green and Gold Fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank.
Just imagine all you can do when home equity works for you. Don't put off that update. Renovate now. Use that home equity. We'll show you how. Tri-City National Bank, equal housing lender, and MLS 433891.
I'm Sawyer, and I'm Shannon. Together, we're Twin Stunts, the only twin motorcycle freestyle show in the world. We are born and raised in Wisconsin, so we want all our fellow cheeseheads to know that even though we clutch it up, hit 12, and drift in our show, we would never do it on the open road. And there's another thing we would never do on the road. Drive drunk. Drive sober or get pulled over. Together, we can save lives. Learn more at zeroinwisconsin.gov. Wisconsin DOT.
This is Aaron Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited with my brother and business partner, Eric Brown. Siding Unlimited is Milwaukee's choice for siding, windows, roofing, and doors.
Siding Unlimited delivers on expectations because our experience, integrity, and craftsmanship come through on every project.
For new siding, windows, roofing, and doors, call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Students learn best when they can put their knowledge into action. JA's Stock Market Challenge teaches high school students how to analyze stocks and how current events impact value. Thanks to RSM, our partner that makes this program possible. It's just one of many ways JA brings learning to life. To learn more, visit wisconsin.ja.org.
Have no fear, the chaos is here. Lucky you. This is Kyle and Brust on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Kyle and Brust across ESPN Wisconsin. So we got a trader on our hands.
Still on this?
No, it's just how I introduced you. I mean, you're going to ESPN 1000 in Chicago, and you actively said you will be rooting for the Packers to get destroyed by the Bears. I just need people to know that for however long you are behind the glass with us. When's your last day?
Friday.
Okay.
I can't believe we hired the guy, to be honest with you. To be 100% honest with you,
We're looking out for Kyle and Brust. So give us this.
No, nobody should ever work for ESPN Wisconsin. Like, I understand why Jim Rutledge has a job because he has another job in sales. But outside of that, I don't know how anybody in the world gets hired to work for ESPN Wisconsin, and cheers for the Packers to lose. That's bad for the brand, bad for business, bad for Kyle Wallace.
Bad for Kyle Wallace. So it all comes back to that.
I don't want to be around that type of energy.
Well, I was going to say, although he has all these weird things going on, moving over to the big city, cool. You did have a $50, not even wager, offer to Kyle Wallace if he hit one green in regulation in 9 holes. Kyle.
Yes, sir.
Did you hit one green in regulation?
Came close once.
Once?
One time.
And this is a par 3 course?
What I realized is, based off other golfers around, golf ain't easy. It ain't just golf is not easy. Now, I know I'm no good. No bueno at golf. But golf ain't easy. I'm no good. I had one good grip it, and everything else. Progress was I'm actually hitting the ball more consistently. Now, the negative is that the ball's not going very far, but I'm making contact. Now, I don't know what I'm looking at. I don't know anything with my backswing and everything. I'm getting coached by my wife. That's how bad it is. She's a better golfer.
No.
She's a much better golfer than me.
Well, like I said, the bar's not high. I played with you at the ESPN Milwaukee Open. You whiffed 4 times. Now, there is a picture on the YouTube stream of Kyle looking at the airplanes in the sky, and the ball looked like it was topped and bounced, and it was up in the air just over his head right next to you and probably went about 10 yards.
Don't know how many yards it went. I know it didn't go very far.
Are you a visual learner? Like, what do you need? Because just take a look at that picture.
Calves look
your
nice.
head. No. Your head is literally all the way over your left shoulder.
Yeah, I I don't know.
Like, have you ever watched golf on TV?
I watch golf, but I don't
Like,
watch. I don't watch what
it
they do. I watch the end result.
You don't watch how they do the process.
I just see the swing and I see it go. I see them swing it, and it seems like they're swinging it hard. And so the thing is that I realize my hand-eye coordination when it comes to swinging stuff, can't hit a baseball, can't swing a golf club. I have to be able to track it. I can play tennis, and then when I played pickleball, I get a pickleball because I can track it. I can't track something from swinging and trying to just keep my eye on the ball and not watching where the club is. Can't do it. Not very good. Even when I hit it good, didn't watch it. Watch it.
I wish Kyle's phone was more compatible with my phone because I would have played the videos, not to see the swing itself, but to hear the comments between Kyle and his wife after one of the swings. It made me sad.
What was the comment?
It was like assuring Kyle, like, oh, you're getting there. Like,
no.
It was just a little bit patronizing.
That's like meeting my 2.5-year-old daughter at putt-putt.
No, my baby actually can. She actually good. Her grandmother has won many of those elderly golf opens they have at these clubs down in Florida. Her grandmother has won many of them, many trophies. So she know better than me. I don't golf, but I will say this. Is that I'm actually better today than what I was walking in on Saturday. It may seem crazy, but I got a lesson from the guy who was there, and it wasn't until we got to like the 7th hole or 6th hole. He was like, "Kyle, do you want any advice?" I said, "Bro, yes. What do you mean do I want any advice? You see, he got the baby in his hand, and he's putting the baby down swinging." I'm like, "I need advice." He said, "Kyle," he said, you got to let the club do the work for it. Like you're trying to like hit it in a certain way where the club is angled a certain direction where all you got to do is let the club do the work for you." I said, "Oh, let the club do the work for you."
We said that to you last week.
Let the club do your work. Let the club do your work for you. And I still struggle, but then I progressively got a little bit better. But
didn't hit a single green on a par 3 course with an 80-yarder.
So the last hole, I had putt for par. I had a putt for par. I missed it, but I had a putt for par. I had probably like a 20-foot putt for par.
It was 20. There was no chance you were going to make that.
Maybe it was, I don't know, 2015. But I put a little bit too much speed on it, but I had a putt for par on the last hole. Now, the first swing on the last hole, which you saw when I threw the club, there was one video where I threw the club. That was the first.
Oh, you're throwing clubs?
Well, no.
You're not good enough to be throwing
No,
clubs.
I swung it, and then the ball didn't go anywhere, and I just said, and I threw my club forward. I was over.
Now, I know that I don't owe you $50.
Yeah, no.
But you failed the challenge. Do you believe that you owe me anything?
No, because I'm not
even a comment?
I'm not dumb enough to bet on a golf game that I don't play. I'm not dumb enough. Now, if we would have just,
I don't get the whole why does he owe you anything? Sometimes it's fun to just like put an offer out there knowing they're not going to get it. Why do you feel like you need?
He was nervous.
I don't want.
He was.
Yeah.
The first hole, I think, was like your second.
Bill was spot on. Bill was spot on. I knew it. I knew it when Ben said that. I was like, 100%. Ben said, no, that's the first one. He's going to get worse. And Ben was spot on.
Because you're going to start thinking about it.
Well, I did start thinking about it. And like the first hole, I was so free, and I'm just like, all right, let's figure it out.
Yep.
And I hit it so well because I used a wedge, and the wedge goes 140, 100.
Depends on the person.
You ain't hitting no wedge 140. I'll tell you that much.
Well, no. A wedge goes what?
It depends on what kind of wedge.
God dang it. I asked the golfer that. He said, well, it depends. No, what is it built to go? Like, what's the max? Dang.
It depends on the person.
Well,
there's a 60-degree wedge you can hit. You can hit a 54, a 56, a 50.
All I know is
what letter did it say at the end of the club?
All I know is I killed it the first swing. I killed it because I literally was practicing my swing for like 5 minutes, and I lined up there.
Even the way he talks about golf, you just know he has no hope.
Kyle, I don't want money. Just say you were right. That's all I'm asking.
Right
for.
about what?
You were nervous
to
so
play
you
the
weren't.
game.
Right. You text you were nervous.
I knew there was no chance.
I can drive it though.
That's not what I asked for.
No. I don't know what you asked for. I didn't walk away with confidence I was gonna get $50. I can tell you that much.
Did you walk away confident watching Logan Henderson yesterday? Because I sure did.
You know what? I'll say I was wrong about that.
Okay. Well, we're gonna discuss the Brewers in 2 minutes.
Still little slow on southbound 43, but doing a bit better. From Silver Spring mainly all the way through the Marquettes where you're going to see those delays. Westbound 94 backed up right through the stadium interchange to Hawley Road. Eastbound's got backups from Highway F all the way past Barker Road and then back on the brakes from about 68th Street all the way to 35th. Heavy ride along southbound 894 from the Zoo interchange all the way around the Hale interchange into, well, the Loomis area. So definitely a heavy ride there. Traffic is brought to you by Sewer Ninjas. Just like we help you avoid traffic backups, Sewer Ninjas helps homeowners avoid sewer backups with camera inspections, drain cleaning, and Trenchless repairs. Learn more at sewerninjas.com. And check the TMJ4 Storm King forecast tonight. Partly cloudy skies, a low of 66. Tomorrow, partly cloudy and humid. Got a chance for afternoon showers or storms, a high of 82. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Is back pain slowing you down? When it comes to spine care, you need specialized expertise. At the OAW Spine Center, their orthopedic care specialists provide the highest level of care for everything from herniated discs to spinal fusion. They start with the most conservative, non-surgical treatments like physical therapy and injections. If surgery is needed, minimally invasive procedures at the OAW Spine Center will get you back on your feet faster. With a focus on treating the source of the problem, they take a comprehensive, active approach to spine health, getting you back to the life you love. The OAW Spine Center. There is a difference. Visit oawspinecenter.com. That's oawspinecenter.com.
Get your green and gold off-season fix right here. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle and Brust on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. The 414 Hour is brought to you by Siding Unlimited, the 5-time winner of the National Pella Platinum Premium Certified Contractor of the Year. Looking for new windows and doors? Visit them at sidingunlimited.com.
It's the 414 Hour at 4 on K&B.
He is Kyle Wallace. I'm Ben Brust. We're hanging with you. And you can get into the show by calling and texting 800-990-3776, the Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more. See us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. And it is a wonderful 4-game series after getting swept by the San Diego Padres, letting Monday and Wednesday seemingly feel like they got away from you. And the Logan Henderson redemption was real.
Redemption, huh? Because of the last start or because of something else?
Start.
Okay, that makes sense.
I mean, I was just referencing the fact that they lost 3 and it got away. One got away because on Monday's game, the first game of the series against the Padres, Logan Henderson went 6 innings and then came out in the 7th. It was 2-1, and Jackson Merrill made it 3-2.
He didn't go 6 in the 3rd. He was in the 6th.
Well,
I'm trying to think how many
he came
outs.
back out in the 7th.
Yeah.
All I know is that it ended up getting away from him, right?
Sure did.
And the team. You take 3 or 4 from the Dodgers. You found a way on Thursday. Yamamoto was okay. The Brewers didn't play well. And then Miz pitched. By the way, underrated. I mean, it's not even underrated. It's just I can't get it out of my head.
It's not.
It's not underrated. I'm so excited. When I saw it, I was like, I can't wait to just tell people how excited I am to say that I watched the slider into the fastball into the slider against Ohtani and making him miss with bases loaded. Like you get the two of the biggest names in baseball on that. And then after he strikes out Ohtani, guess who's got to face?
He got to face
another
Freddie
future
Freeman.
Hall of Famer, Freddie Freeman with the bases loaded. Freddie Freeman, I believe he got with the slider as well, with 2 Ks to get out of the inning. Jacob Mizorowski does Jacob Mizorowski things. And the Brewers win yesterday as well. as Logan Henderson throws an absolute gem through 7 innings, and you take 3 or 4 from the Dodgers. And it's good for the soul. You play a bad Mariners team, and then you get a good Atlanta Braves team coming in over the weekend. So it's very much a bounce back that was needed for this team, considering how they played against Pittsburgh, the Twins, and Padres. Despite the wins against the Twins and Padres, it wasn't feeling good about how they were playing. There's a little bit more of the hits, manufacture. And you're like, Jake Bauers went 4 for 4 with a walk yesterday. Mm-hmm. Jake Bauers is making, we looked this up, Kyle. How much is he making this year?
$2.7 million.
He is the best hitter on the Milwaukee Brewers.
Well, not even close,
and that's not an overreaction. He is the best hitter on the Milwaukee Brewers.
Yesterday was ridiculous.
Like slapping it left side, right side, big moments, leads the team in home runs. I think he's catching Vaughn on OPS because Vaughn has to play more than just lefties because they got all these injuries. They're just finding ways, and you love to see it. And hearing from Dave Roberts, it was interesting to hear this short little tidbit. I want to play that and then ask you some follow-ups.
4.5 months of the season, the Brewers have outscored us. You know, it's a team that's young and hungry, and it's certainly not talent.
Again, I don't care about the talent part. I care about the young and hungry. And if he's saying it's certainly not talent, I think personally he's talking about his own team.
Yeah, he's talking about the fact that they're outplaying. The Brewers have outperformed us and outplayed us, and it's not because they're more talented than us. Because everybody knows that the Dodgers are the most talented team in baseball.
I think the Brewers. I saw a quote from one of the players saying they're the best team, and we have a chance to go play them. Right. This is while they had the best record in baseball and continue to have the best record in baseball. People know who the best team is. The Dodgers. So you have to bring your best. And they absolutely did that for 3 of the 4 games in terms of if you can walk away with that after a sweep, it's great. I'm curious to how many people are going to jump the gun here and say, this has changed my mind. We could beat the Dodgers in the playoffs. The reason why I asked, because they were undefeated against the Dodgers last year in regular season, and that didn't go so well in the playoffs.
Yeah, the one thing I'll say about this is it just seems that the difference between last year and this year is that the Brewers didn't face the Dodgers in the NLCS the year before last year, right? And it seemed like last season is everybody was saying, okay, can the Brewers keep this up? And the Brewers really did keep this up. Whereas this season, it just seems like the Brewers understand that they're trying to prove something a little bit more than, we want to beat the best team in baseball, but, hey, we want to build confidence for the playoffs in the NLCS. And so before you asked me if I think the Brewers could beat the Dodgers in a 5-game, if I wanted the Brewers in a 5-game series, or excuse me, I wanted the Dodgers 5 or 7, I said, I don't care. But after what I saw over this weekend,
I was on to something.
A 5-game series might be something because because we know what the Miz is, right? And the thing is, Logan Henderson, the way that he's been pitching as well. Logan Henderson yesterday, that was the most impressive thing for me throughout the whole series. I mean, there's a lot of great things to take away from the series. You just talk about the fantastic inning Jacob Mizorowski got out of with the jam going against those 2 guys. But seeing Logan Henderson do what he did yesterday, going 7 innings, but more importantly, going up against Skubal, getting out of whatever jams he had to get out of, and the fact that the Brewers were able to get a victory yesterday with 11 hits, right, playing great defense, that to me was a complete game. Even though the Brewers didn't get a home run yesterday, they still played a complete game of baseball where they scored more than just 3 runs or 4 runs in the game, where their bullpen stepped up in big moments and got them out of jams. Like, that yesterday was a great performance, and that was a gutty performance where a team literally said, we are not losing this freaking game. Like, that is what that was, and to me, that gives me more confidence going against the Dodgers because at this point, if the Brewers can find a way to chip away, they can do it in the playoffs. So I am.
Well, the problem is, Kyle, I got to jump in. Like, my whole 5-game, 7-game, it's not going to happen because they're going to win their division. So they're automatically going to be a 3 seed. If it's not by record. The 3 seed will come even if it's not the Braves.
Oh, yeah, based off the Brewers. If the Brewers win their division.
Brewers win their division.
Yeah.
Braves win theirs. Dodgers win theirs. There's your 1, 2, 3, depending on best record.
Yeah, but so it is possible.
No, because
in the first round it was not 2 versus 3, it's 2 versus 6, and then
no.
Oh no, what is
it's 3 versus 6,
and then it's
4 versus 5.
Oh, okay.
4 versus 5 plays the 1 seed, which is right now the Brewers.
Oh,
so I hated to get your hopes up.
Oh, not happening then.
So it's just not happening. You convince yourself in 5, but somehow all of a sudden 7 games to just 2 too big of a monstrosity for you after this series. So you are overreacting.
No. I feel better about the Brewers, but I'm still not walking away saying the Brewers are going to win the World Series. I'm definitely not doing that, but I definitely feel better about the Brewers overall and the young pitching staff that they had. I thought the pitching staff did fantastic, but seeing Logan Henderson, who went up against Skubal, which all the noise was about, the Brewers refused to give up Logan Henderson in the trade for Skubal, and you know what? Always trust Matt Arnold.
And Logan Henderson saying, I love this
Arnold.
team. I'm so glad I'm a Brewer, and he brought it and got through 7. It's just like it was perfect from Monday to Sunday to see the progression of those 7 games that they played without a day off. Because it's very easy without that day off as well to go to San Diego and LA. It was huge getting game 1. Because again, breaking this down, my thing was if you can get one of the first 2, the goal is, as always, when Miz starts, you have to win. Right? Like that's an assumption you have to make. When Miz starts, he's going to give us enough of an opportunity to win a game. 9 times out of 10, 19 times out of 20.
Yep.
That's the opportunity you get. And then Logan Henderson versus Skubal. Logan's got a great record too. Let's not forget that when he pitches, they win too. He's kind of like the Quinn Priester of this year. Not to the same degree because they won a lot of games when he pitched. Not necessarily in the win-loss column, but like just wins when he pitched. Logan's kind of doing the same thing for them as well. So, I continue to be impressed with the injuries and how they respond.
Doesn't matter.
Contreras back in the lineup, hit a bomb.
I've never seen a team that legitimately injury means nothing to them. Brandon Woodruff got hurt, didn't matter. Right? Quinn Priester didn't pitch this year, didn't matter. Salvatore, which up and down season, but Sal been gone, didn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like these guys just come and go. They have literally had 2 different type of guys playing second base over three because they signed the one guy.
Bay.
No, before Bay, they signed Shoemaker. Remember they had Shoemaker. They had Shoemaker. They had Bay. Now they got the kid who played against Pat Murphy's son back in the day. Who's the second base? They just
you got Andrew Vaughn playing third.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it doesn't matter. Like this is what a real organization does is that they have the structure, they have the foundation, and it's plug and play, and everybody gets with the program. It's insane to me. It literally. Do you understand over the last 3 seasons?
I do. I say we take it for granted.
No, there has not been a steady pitching staff since Pat Murphy has taken over as manager, and the Brewers consistently are finding ways to get it done. It is crazy to me. The pitching staff today is complete. None of these dudes was damn near on the roster then.
Was anyone started? Were any of them starters in Murphy's first year?
Maybe Gasser got a spot start maybe 2 years ago. But he came back from surgery, so maybe Gasser was out that whole entire year. D.L. Hall was on the staff.
But he's not even. But
he's not a starter. Yeah, so it's crazy to me what they're able to do. It really is, and that's why I get so excited about the future. But what they're able to
do. Miz obviously last year, Logan last year. You traded for Harrison, Dustin May. Your 4 starters were not here in Pat Murphy's first year as starter.
Hell, most of them weren't here last year.
I know. I'm just saying, like to your point about how insane this is. Keeping the perspective of how they're 29 games above 500, 2.5 lead in the NL as the number 1 seed. Like it needs to be appreciated more and talked about. Just how special it is to see how they do it. And it's not just been from the pitching staff. It's been from the everyday guys as well. Jake Bauers is the best hitter on the Milwaukee Brewers. He's been the most consistent hitter, and now he's put in a spot that if it doesn't matter if it's a lefty or righty, you're not pinch hitting for him. He is going to be at bat because he is their best hitter and most consistent hitter. Sure, maybe at a 2-week drought like a month ago, doesn't matter. He is their best hitter and most consistent hitter and leads the team in home runs somehow at $2.5 million salary.
I mean, you got Christian Yelich struggling, and the Brewers are still in first place. And they expanded their lead. Their lead is bigger today than what it was when we left off on Friday.
Facts only from Chef Ed. Skubal hasn't won a game yet with the Dodgers, which is true.
Yeah, it turns out that Matt Arnold did the right thing. He wasn't going to mortgage the future.
But what if Skubal does say they matched up in the playoffs somehow and it was
So be it. You know why? Because Logan Henderson's getting valuable experience. Jacob Mizorowski's getting valuable experience. So be it. If that's the case, then so be it. I'm fine with that. I love where the Milwaukee Brewers are at right now. I'm more hopeful today than what I was going into the series, and that's a good thing. Now it doesn't mean that we're going to win, but I'm more hopeful.
Good. I like when you have hope.
Yeah, I love when I have
the best
hope
version of Kyle is the hopeful Kyle.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And the Brewers are just really.
What?
I
I said I like hopeful, Kyle. Now you're giving me the.
I just wish they had a little bit more pop. You know what I'm holding out hope for? After seeing Joshua Baez have the game that he had, the debut he had against the Cubs from the Cardinals.
He hasn't gotten a hit since
Well, I
then.
don't care. I just look at
He played today and was 0 for 4. He played yesterday and was 0 for 3.
It is what it is. Andrew Vaughn with his 37 home runs in the minor leagues just got me thinking, maybe.
Did you say Andrew Vaughn?
No, not Andrew Vaughn. I'm Andrew Fisher. Andrew Fisher with the 37 bombs in the minor leagues. I'm just thinking to myself, just maybe a September call-up would be nice to see what the kid's got. See what type of power. So you can tap into that power.
I feel like you do that when you're the Cardinals and you're kind of out of it. Like
we're the Brewers. What do you mean? We got the guy is Jonathan Ornelas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you didn't know who he was. We didn't know who he was 2 days ago, 3 days ago. That's what I'm saying. Hey, so you mean to tell me Andrew Fisher can't pop in? If you asked me in March that Luis Lara would be the starting outfielder for the Brewers, what would you say? Well,
be a pretty quick jump from the signed contract to taking over for a
he even signed a contract during the regular season into the regular season. So we didn't even know you were getting a signed contract.
That's true.
So I'm just saying. All I'm saying is this: just maybe you got to find power somewhere, and throwing the kid out there now won't ruin his confidence.
You don't know that.
No, it better not. He got Pat Murphy. Ain't nobody confidence being ruined around Pat Murphy. Caleb Durbin lost confidence because he was away from Pat Murphy and found it again.
Good point. Hopeful Kyle.
I am hopeful. I feel good, but I still don't walk away from this series thinking the Brewers are a favorite to win a World Series, but I do feel much more confident knowing that these guys have these big moments and they rise to the occasion because that is invaluable experience that a guy can get. I'm excited about the Brewers.
Good. Hopeful Kyle. Keep it up.
Keep it up. Tonight, not tonight, starting tomorrow, easier series.
I said it already in this very segment.
Oh, I know Atlanta Braves is the weekend.
Seattle,
yeah, the Mariners. Boy, Cal Raleigh. I think he has more home runs last year than he has hits this year.
Something like that. He was hurt too.
He is on track to have the second worst batting average season of all time.
Of all time?
Yeah, of all time. Not for a catcher, not for somebody who hit over so many home runs. On track for qualified batters to have the second worst batting average in a season of all time.
Yeah. Reminds me a lot of you, batting 158 in D3. Next.
You're dealing with Kyle and Brust.
Trust me.
What do you mean trust you?
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
We do have delays right now. Southbound on 43 coming in from about Silver Spring all the way down through the Marquette interchange. Right now, Brown Deer Road to downtown's up to a 13-minute ride. So that's an extra 4 or 5 minutes onto your normal ride. Just be prepared for that. Westbound 94 tightening up from 35th Street to Hawley Road. Eastbound's going to be slow from about Highway 164 all the way to Brookfield Road, and then back on the brakes from 70th Street all the way to 35th. Planning a home project or need added flexibility? Tap into your home's value with a home equity line of credit from Great Midwest Bank. Visit greatmidwestbank.com, your simply local equal housing lender. Check the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Partly cloudy skies, a low of 66. Tomorrow, partly cloudy and humid. Got a chance for afternoon showers or storms, a high of 82. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Whether it's live or in podcast form, you've heard us on air with all of our shenanigans.
Gabe, I'm throwing some. Why are you throwing? I don't want.
Now see your favorite 94.5 ESPN shows streaming on video.
By me, by the way. I hit that microphone like 4 out of 6 times on that.
Subscribe to ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube and get notified when we hit the air live. Plus, you can watch back any second that you miss and see original digital content too. Watch, listen, interact. ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
This is Aaron Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited with my brother and business partner, Eric Brown. Siding Unlimited is Milwaukee's choice for siding, windows, roofing, and doors.
Siding Unlimited delivers on expectations because our experience, integrity, and craftsmanship come through on every project.
For new siding, windows, roofing, and doors, call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
The fastest weekend of the summer is almost here. August 28th through the 30th, the stars of the NTT IndyCar Series return to the legendary Milwaukee Mile for the only doubleheader weekend of the season. 3 days of high-speed action, daring passes, driver appearances, family fun, and wheel-to-wheel racing at the world's oldest operating motor speedway. Be there as championship contenders battle it out at Wisconsin State Fair Park. Don't miss the Snap-on IndyCar weekend. Get your tickets today at wistatefair.com.
No matter what business you're in, as the #1 SBA lender in Wisconsin, Summit Credit Union helps your vision take shape with loan programs, great rates, and strategic solutions.
Awarded the #1 SBA lender by the Small Business Administration of Wisconsin in 2025.
Get your final August plans in for Brewers Rangers Action Friday, August 28th through Sunday the 30th. Starting with the Cole Swindell post-game concert at Country Music Night on Friday, featuring a belt buckle with a special ticket. Then it's Jackson Churio Mania. Get the Churio Bowl giveaway Saturday, courtesy of 620 WTMJ. And get it on the Final Kids Cheer Free Sunday before summer ends. Kids get a Churio Height poster on Sunday, courtesy of Joy. Get tickets for it all at brewers.com.
Every tailgate has one. One person who brings the grill. One person with the long games. One who's convinced this is the year. But everyone's favorite, the one who shows up with the carbless. Handcrafted premium cocktails with bold flavors, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, just 100 calories, and gluten-free. No mixers, no mess. Just crack one open and enjoy. This football season, make Carbless the MVP of your cooler. Find your bliss at drinkcarbless.com.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just for you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. Watch your step. You're with Kyle and Brust on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Can you believe we're already talking about the end of summer? It feels like we were just firing up the grill for Memorial Day, and now school is about to start. Shout out to little cousin starting school today in kindergarten. Shout out to him. K4. Football is coming back, and before you know it, the holidays will be here. And if replacing your windows has been sitting on your to-do list, now is the perfect time to get it done. And I got the perfect team for you at Universal Windows Direct. When you work with Universal Windows Direct, you buy 4 windows, get 4 free, and they make it even easier. You'll get 48 months of 0% interest financing. Why wait? Work with my team and my friends at Universal Windows Direct, and they will hook you up. Call them today for your free in-home estimate at 414-410-2000. It's 414-410-2000, or visit them at universalwindowsdirect.com to schedule your free in-home estimate and get buy 4, get 4 free windows, 48 months of 0% interest financing. Oh, you already know. Like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
I saw a funny comment as
in YouTube or?
Yeah, on YouTube.
I gotta say what's up to the YouTube fam. What up, KB fam?
Essentially saying, C-Cat's leaving. Ben and Kyle seem like just chill, easygoing dudes.
No, I do think it's us. I don't know. I'm starting to think that it's me.
Maybe I'm the problem.
C-Cat, if you had to say who was the problem with the show, who would you say?
What are my options?
The pie chart of blame. Just Ben and Kyle.
Oh, so I can only pick either.
You just get pie percentages out of 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can put AJ and Baltimore in there as well if you want, like KB fam. The pie chart of blame is you can put anyone in it.
Yeah, who would you blame for me and Ben's constant rotation of faces?
I would blame location and proximity to my apartment 99%.
Not you. We're talking about in general. Never mind.
Okay, then in that case, it's 85% Ben, 15% Kyle.
All right, I like that.
All right, I like that. Let's go to Dan and Sheboygan as we're talking about the Brewers taking 3 of 4 from the Dodgers. Welcome into the show.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. How's it going?
Going well, Dan. How about your stuff out there in Sheboygan?
It's going great. A little bit of caution from the Brewers is let's not forget that these wins were against back-to-back left-handed starters, and Andrew Vaughn, I believe, was the best hitter in the National League against lefties. Contreras is very good against lefties. I'm worried what happens when they face quality right-handed starters in the postseason. a team like San Diego, a team like Philadelphia, I think if they face up against the Dodgers again with Snell and Skubal, they might actually match up well against the Dodgers. They might actually have half a chance offensively. I think they're a better team than they were last year. But I'm worried about, as you saw last year, a team like San Diego or a team like Philadelphia or a team, that kind of team is getting there. Because I don't think their left-handed bats are quality enough to carry them. I hope I'm wrong. I'm hoping the pitching just rises for everything. But I think the fact they went up against back-to-back left-handed starters was very beneficial for this team.
If I'm not mistaken here, I am looking at righty-lefty splits for the Milwaukee Brewers. That can't be right, though, because that's 121 games played versus left, 125 versus right. Their OPS is better versus right versus left here. So I'd have to do some more digging on the righty-lefty splits as a team. But I also think you're getting a little ahead of yourself in terms of worrying about, teams that they've shown that they can consistently beat, not just from a pitching standpoint, right? Like you mentioned the Dodgers, you mentioned the Phillies, like you can mention all those teams. The Brewers went to the NLCS last year, and they were the best team in baseball last year. They're the best team in baseball this year. At some point, I get looking at matchups, but I also think you got to start looking at yourselves and how you're able to find ways to win ball games, even if it is, again, I don't think they're going to be the wild card based off how they played and position themselves. But if they do go to the divisional series, like that's something I'm just not worried about. Like what you're worried about is, can this team surpass what they did last year? That's ultimately where I'm at.
Yeah, and again, I don't know if the Milwaukee Brewers have shown us that they can get past. Like, and when we say surpass, how much do you want to break it down? Can they win games in the NLCS? Yeah, I think they can win games in the NLCS. But I'm still, nervous about them getting past the Dodgers. Honestly, the Phillies have guys on there that have been there, done that before. The Braves have guys on the roster that have been there, done that before as well. So there is that little concern, but you know what? That's why you play the game. And so are the Brewers better than what they were last year? Absolutely. I think we'll have a better output and performance in the playoffs than what we got last year, but I'm not sure if it's enough.
Yeah, so factually and statistically speaking, I was right. I just wanted to make sure. This accounts for all pitchers they faced this year, not just starters. They've faced lefty pitching in 121 games and righties in 125 games. They've obviously had more at-bats against righties, 3,000 versus 1,200. Their OPS is 743 against righties and 690 against lefties. So it actually would be opposite from Dan's standpoint of feeling good about Snell and Skubal because they've struggled against lefties in comparisons to righties on the holistic view of the season.
I feel good enough about nothing.
And that's why I didn't want to jump into that because I felt like, they're the best team in baseball. Sure, I guess maybe looking at that, I'd like them. Maybe I will be looking at how they bat against lefties a little bit, but they're the best team in baseball. And sure, if it's lefties, Luzardo, Sanchez, in the Phillies, they're gonna have to face that.
Are they the best team in baseball or the best record in baseball?
You know what the Phillies are gonna have to face?
Jacob
Mizorowski. Kyle Harrison, who had 5 runs removed from his start where Bay missed the catch and the error was placed, and he went from a 3.45 to a 2.99 ERA. So shout out Kyle Harrison, back under 3. Logan Henderson, did we not just watch the Dodgers struggle against him?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I like to keep in mind when I'm talking about the Brewers is trying not to get too caught up in what everyone else is doing when it just looked as bad as it could possibly look going to San Diego and losing 3 in a row after not looking as great as you've seen them play baseball.
And that's why yesterday
162, man. Ebbs and flows.
Yeah. Yesterday felt like a turning point for me where the Brewers are finally getting right back on track. Like the series, they found a way to get things done, especially against a team like the Dodgers that have struggled themselves. I think they lost 4 series in the month of August already, which is the most for them in a single month all year long. But for the Milwaukee Brewers to come back after losing that series in 3 games in San Diego, and to win close games against the Dodgers, to get out of close moments with their pitching staff, and find a way to chip away and win a game like yesterday, makes me so confident that they're finally turning the corner. And when I say turning the corner, getting back to playing consistent baseball, focusing on winning series again. So, again, I think the Milwaukee Brewers came out of this.
And how those runs came about.
Yeah, and again, how they came about. The hits, man. You had a lot of hits. You delivered in big moments. Like, that is what I was looking for, even though a lot of the work was Jake Bauers.
Not just him, though. I mean,
he had a third of everything.
Indeed.
So I'm going to say a lot of work was Jake Bauers. But again, just feeling a lot better about this team coming out of this weekend than what I did going into the weekend. So it's a positive for the Milwaukee Brewers moving forward.
But Ben, again, you keep on saying best team in baseball. Are you saying that they are the best team in baseball, or they have the best record in baseball?
No, they're the best team in baseball. Team, just because you're the best team.
You can't say that when you don't think they can win a World
Talent
Series.
and team are two different things. They don't have the best talent.
Okay, team. Okay, if we're
they're
gonna,
the best team. The best team.
I appreciate you getting me after the sound I made, because you're right. They're the best team in baseball. Will they be the most talented team that can overcome them not being the best team? That's to be seen.
Yeah,
we've seen the story many times. But right now, I like I said, I'm not going to look too far ahead because there's no need to. The number one goal is to win the Central and get the number 1 seed. And then you go from there. We've been through this before. There have been teams that have been wild card teams like the Diamondbacks that have made it to the World Series. The Brewers have put themselves in a position where they can build off what they did last year. And it's not easy in baseball to be the best team in baseball record-wise and be on pace to do that again. That shows me something in a very, you played at a very low level, and you played a very low level yourself.
Very low.
Okay, yeah.
It's a hard sport.
Where we go? Okay.
It's a hard sport year after year to continue to get better and put up like wins like they're doing. It just doesn't happen unless you're really, really good.
I also do think baseball is the one sport where it is most likely that the best team doesn't win the World Series compared to the NBA.
I like that
NHL.
you said that, but I also don't want to hear from you because you're moving to Chicago and people don't like you. So
who's your baseball team?
I'm a Yankees fan.
So what made you choose the hometown Yankees but not the Giants or the Jets?
Just family was the most into the
Bills?
Yankees. Too far away from that area.
So wait, the Baltimore. So how did you become a Ravens fan?
I liked the color purple and Ray Lewis and Ed Reed.
Huh.
I made my own
really
decision.
goes with the win, Kyle.
Yeah, you're not loyal at all.
Yeah, no backbone.
I've never changed my favorite team. I picked my favorite team when I was.
And you hate the Packers.
Well, yeah. Not the most hated, no.
But you hate them.
Yeah, I guess so. On the spectrum of love to hate, they're closer to the hate.
Who's your favorite NBA team?
That one doesn't matter. The Nets fan, but that's with the wind. I don't really care.
I feel like you're a go with the wind type guy.
Not in general.
Yeah, I'm into movies this year.
I kind of do. I kind of do feel like you kind of just like, you know what? Hey, I go with the wind. It not like just woof, but like control. Go with the wind. If the wind pushes you just direction, you'd be like, okay, I can go that way.
If I was working here during football season, I would not root for the Packers to lose. Because I care about Kyle Wallace and I care about Ben Brust.
You don't care about us at all. Stop it all.
Now I know it's a lie. Why do you care about Ben Brust and the Packers losing?
Because wait, say it again.
You say you care about Kyle Wallace and you care about Ben Brust?
Yes.
Why does Packers losing and Ben Brust have anything to do with one another?
Winning. Care about Packers winning.
He doesn't care about you. He loves when the Packers lose.
Yeah, but I also think it's better for you guys and the station if the Packers go far in the playoffs.
No,
Love's strong.
Ben enjoys controversy.
Sure.
So Packers losing gives him more storylines.
But I also think Ben would sign up for 3 extra weeks of actual Packers in-game season football.
Ben would sign up for the Packers firing Matt LaFleur at the end of the season.
If he deserves it.
Yeah, no, I think you read this. So that's why I think it's disingenuous.
He doesn't know us.
He doesn't know. That's the whole point.
That was the whole point. Just stop.
You would prefer the Packers to give you more games to preview and review.
Yeah.
And the way that happens.
You know me, Mr. Preview guy. Can't wait to preview the game.
So you would prefer 3 more weeks of off-season Packers stuff?
You know what I prefer? For you to put together catastrophic and not be as bad as your performance today.
We both would prefer that.
That's next.
You're along for the ride with Kyle and Brust.
If you suck, I'm going to say you suck.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Backups on southbound 41, starting around Good Hope Road down past Appleton Avenue. On the northbound side, Sloan from Capitol Drive up past Hampton. Southbound 894, a heavy ride from the Zoo Interchange all the way down through the Hale Interchange to about Forest Home. We've also got westbound 94 backing up from 35th Street all the way to Hawley Road, a little bit more right past Sunny Slope Road. On the eastbound side, still heavy from Highway F to Barker Road, and then again from 70th Street to 35th. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Partly cloudy skies, a low of 66. Tomorrow, partly cloudy and humid. Got a chance for afternoon showers or storms, a high of 82. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Every homeowner has a list. That roof, those windows, that bathroom you've been meaning to update. If you've been putting off home improvements, you're not alone. At Exterior Pros and Baths, they help homeowners upgrade their homes with beautiful roofing, siding, windows, doors, gutters, and bathrooms built to last. Right now, save up to $3,000 on your next project. Don't wait until a small problem becomes an expensive one. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com. Exterior Pros and Baths. Done right, built to last.
It's a great day for Brewers baseball, and with Brewers checking from Associated Bank, you get a powerful lineup of perks all season. Leading off is Express Entry with incredible speed. Next up, 20% off gear at the Brewers team store. Sporty stuff. And third, up to 50% off home game tickets. But if you can believe it, there's even more you can score. Because with Brewers checking, you get the strongest lineup in baseball. Only from Associated Bank. Join the crew at AssociatedBank.com/Brewers. Member FDIC.
It's time for the Milwaukee Baseball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart. Packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirits deals in town. Located at 16th and National in Milwaukee. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action.
After getting swept by the San Diego Padres last week, what a response over the weekend from the Milwaukee Brewers. A 4-game, 4-day series against the reigning world champion Los Angeles Dodgers wound up with the Brewers taking 3 of 4 in LA. The story Sunday was all about pitcher Logan Henderson, who tossed a career-high 7 innings, allowing only 3 hits, 1 run, and striking out 6. And with some help from the St. Louis Cardinals, the Brewers able to extend their lead in the NL Central to 5 games over the Cubs entering the week.
This has been the Milwaukee Baseball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart.
Stop buying barbecue rubs that all taste the same.
Most are loaded with sugar, fillers, and shortcuts.
Burn Pit BBQ is not.
We're a veteran-owned company right here in Wisconsin, built on doing things the right way, no shortcuts, no nonsense.
Just premium seasonings that deliver real flavor every time you fire up the grill.
Whether it's a quick dinner or feeding the whole crew, Burn Pit BBQ gives you confidence to get it right.
Burn Pit BBQ, grill with confidence.
Find us at burnpitbbq.com and now at select Walmart locations.
That's burnpitbbq.com.
At Big Fish Contracting, we want every home project to be a good story worth sharing. That's why we as a team aim to exceed your expectations. We can improve any aspect of your home. Everything from a complex remodel to the essential roof, gutters, siding, and windows. Integrity, humility, and kindness are why we've grown in southeastern Wisconsin for the last 2 decades. Visit bigfishcontracting.com to learn how Big Fish is renovating homes and redeeming an industry.
Let the good times roll. Kyle and Brust are back on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
I think I might have to make the executive decision with Kyle.
What is that?
Should this be the last catastrophic?
Oh, this show has been catastrophic for CCAT.
Kyle and Brust. Go ahead.
We should call it 157.
Barely keeping Kyle and Brust on the air.
You decided to marry her. You decided to put the baby inside of her.
I love the NFL.
And somehow still finding time to judge the world around him.
You poked the bear. I'll do you one better.
With CCAT, this is Catastrophic.
Oh, big yawn from Kyle there. Do I bore you that much already?
Mm-hmm.
Ben, how are you? It's fair enough. We are in the middle of a worldwide epidemic, nay, a nationwide epidemic of travel baseball families. Saw a post on Facebook the other day. It's been circulating around the internet. It's on YouTube now. I had to blur out almost the entire thing to protect the privacy of the people that are involved. But what you need to know is there is a 7U baseball player that had a college commitment style selection ceremony based on which travel baseball team he was going to play for. Ben, you have kids, one on the way, one on the earth. Kyle, I think you want kids one day.
Yeah, hopefully, Lord willing, I have some.
What's your opinion on travel baseball, AAU basketball, the modern day youth sports climate?
I hate it, and I'm not ready for it. Parents are crazy.
Yeah.
The way that these kids have access to social media to see what other kids are doing that are just kids, they think it's what they should be doing, and it's not what they should be doing. Like, bro, pick a team, go to practice, get better. You're 7. You might not grow. You might not develop. Like, what?
You know, I wish I had so much money in the world where I could buy balloons and put on a party for a selection of a travel team that I'm going to spend more money on for my kid to travel. These travel teams cost thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
And it may amount to nothing.
If you're traveling out of state. Sometimes
it may amount to nothing.
Yeah, every tournament costs money. Just to play in the tournament.
I've heard some of the entry fees to watch your own kid.
It's ridiculous for a weekend.
Hey, you want to watch your kid play this weekend? Give us $100 per the 4 people.
No, I've seen like per person for a weekend.
That's what I meant to say, per person.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And I also
where does that money go?
To the pockets of those. But it's not about the kid's talent. It's about moneymaker. A matter of fact,
that kid might be like a modern day like walk-on. Like we used to have walk-ons, but if their dad was a booster and was giving lots of money, they get a spot. So this kid, for all I know, at 7U, he may think he's good, and his parents are doing this because it's for the parents, not the kid.
Maybe.
And I don't know the example, but that is a true thing where these parents are so ridiculous that they're making their kids live out their own dreams.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to be like that.
How about that?
Yeah, that's what you say now.
You know I'm not.
I mean, if they asked for it. I heard about this flag football thing where they didn't even have to practice. They just show up on game day and they had to bring like $100 just to play. I'm like, what?
Huh?
Like, what? I'm paying $100 to play in a weekend tournament? Yeah, nah.
I think it all starts with these kids are getting walk-up songs now in like Little League Baseball.
Oh, that's cool. I like that. What's wrong with a walk-up song?
You make these kids think that they are the show and that the world should be promised to them. And they start thinking
they're going to act like the show.
I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm going to tell you this right now. If the Lord blesses me with children and they happen to be good at sports and I happen to coach them, that's going to be the most non-taking anything from anybody team, most disciplined team out there. Wow. Ain't going to be about their business. We're going to run through teams. Absolutely run through teams.
What's the offense going to look like?
If I'm coaching, which I don't know what the future holds, some kid after a loss post their highlights, I will lose it. Oh, was that cool? Did you win? Did you make the play over there?
You know,
or are you just showing us the good?
You know what I would say, Ben? I would say, hey, I heard you made highlights. Go, what you can do? Here, take this phone, sit on the bench while you make the highlights of you sitting on the bench from this. Make the highlights of everybody else. Think this is. The parents go.
It is a huge pet peeve.
No, I'm all about discipline. I came up playing football where you giggle the wrong way, get them chopping, 50 up downs. Y'all think something on the line, whatever. I don't know what they call them now.
Ladders.
Ladders for basketball. Just run. Like I come from the generation where I'm maybe the last of a dying breed, where the coaches were jerks. And they worked you hard, and they punished you.
But if the coaches are jerks and the parents don't like you, you know what they could do? Go behind your back and get a new coach.
Oh, no, that's just... You should look at what happened to the former baseball coach from where you live at.
No thanks. Don't care.
Did you guys see the new album that dropped in the past week?
New album that dropped.
It's sweeping the country.
Gucci Mane?
How about Pat McAfee's The Diary of a Polarizing Figure? Album cover now on YouTube. The lyrics of the songs can't play on air, and I don't know if I want to subject K&B fam to the lyrics of the songs.
Is he actually singing?
Yeah.
Isn't that AI?
There's tape of him in the studio singing the lyrics. Have you guys ever made a mixtape in high school, in college, got behind the mic on SoundCloud?
No, my brother made an album, for real. I mean, he was in, like, show choir and, like, musicals in school.
Any features by Ben Brust?
No, but I know some of the songs still. I have the CD. I was trying to get it to, I don't know if you can take a CD and make it digital nowadays.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you can, but I don't
You
know
gotta
how.
find a computer. So I've been in the studio before. My friends have some recordings of me in the studio. Probably somebody probably Lars. But also my friends group actually was called Band of Brothers. They actually dropped a mixtape. It's not that bad.
My brother sang one of his songs at the talent show. It was called "Girl, I Need You."
Wow.
Which brother was this?
My brother whose birthday was yesterday, Steve.
Oh, Steve, good for him.
Girl, I need you more than I can explain.
So Steve was good at sports, and he was a musician?
You're my shining light, my shelter in the rain.
Okay.
When I'm not with you, I drive myself insane.
Okay.
I can't stand it, 'cause I need you by my side. 'Cause I love you.
Oh.
'Cause I need you. 'Cause
That's
I'm
his song?
longing for you.
That sounds really good.
Okay. All right, Ben, love his big brother.
I lost my train of thought. That's a big risk to sing your own song at a talent show, because it's easy points to sing a song everyone knows. They can sing along and clap along. But to sing your own original at a talent show.
How did Steve do with the ladies back in high school? Had to do well.
Oh,
Singing
did he bring the guitar to, like,
He
recess?
ended up playing college soccer.
Yeah,
and
singing to him.
Sing,
I
dance.
just-
He was running Footloose.
Oh,
Like, he was the star.
Oh man, so he had to. So wait a minute, he had the theater girls, and he had the girls that like the athletes. Oh, he had his pick of the litter. Who do I want to kick it with today? Do I want to kick it with the little singing dancing star? Or do I want to kick it with a little cheerleader?
Do I need to bring my soccer ball around, or I need to bring my guitar?
You know, I like the theater girls.
Good for you. I think you should just say, I love the one I have.
I do know. Well, she's a performer.
Okay, then. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace hanging with you.
How you think you did, C. Kitty?
I
157?
think we did great.
We did great. C.
Oh,
Kitty? Pat McAfee and what was it? And a child's sports.
Travel baseball culture.
Travel baseball. That's what the best algorithm had, huh?
We got something left.
Oh, I want to hear.
No. You are a trader. You are rooting against the Packers. You're moving to Chicago to work for our sister station. So you're done. I'd rather spend time with people who matter,
That's true.
like Brian Bulaga. But right now, Kyle's going to tell us about where Tori Lowe is getting a shirt for his wedding gift that we've been waiting for like 8 weeks.
Yes, listen, everybody, if you are looking to get any type of shirt, hoodie, hat, polo, any type of trinket for a wedding or for an event, you're looking to get corporate polos, you can get something for your baseball team. You know, we just talked about sports. The football season is around the corner, and you're thinking about maybe getting shirts for your favorite little child on the field. Well, you can get it all from Big Frog and Mequon. I'm telling you, they are the best when it comes to T-shirts and more, and they take care of all of your custom apparel needs. Big Frog is always for the win, and with Big Frog, their customer service is second to none. With their hands-on design team, they help you personalize anything that you need, and they will also guide you every step along the way, and they make sure the gear looks exactly right. They were fantastic for me. They helped me with my wedding. They gave us hoodies. They gave us shirts. They gave us chargers. They did so many great things for me. They can do bulk items. They can do small items. It doesn't matter how big or small the orders are. Just know that Big Frog is going to come through. So make sure you visit Big Frog out in Mequon today, or jump online at bigfrog.com/Mequon, because Big Frog will definitely help you get the win.
Brian Bulaga next.
You're experiencing Kyle and Brust.
Roughish-ly.
What two
you guys
words did he
gonna learn?
combine? He wanted to combine partially with rough.
Yeah, roughish-ly.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. All day, every day. The Carbless talk and text line is open for you.
We're not trying to get from A to B. We're trying to get from A to SB, as in the Super Bowl.
800-990-3776. The Carbless talk and text line. This is more.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit defending the environment and people's health. Until justice stands for all, our lawyers will never rest. More at earthjustice.org/neverrest. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
Kevin Rett from Mentality Men's Health. Here's what we've learned in treating 25,000 men. You can't just rely on testosterone alone anymore. To run at full capacity, your body needs peptide therapy on top of your TRT. Our physician's treatment designed to support your recovery, repair, and performance with peptide therapy. A custom plan around your numbers, monitored every step of the way. Testosterone levels the field and peptides drive your results. Start today at lowtusa.com.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Evan Cohen.
I understand how good Jordan Love can be, but we are at a place now where there is no quarterback, I think, that has to produce individual success more than him. I don't even know that team success is necessarily as vital. I feel like with Herbert, it's team success. For some reason, I feel like with Love, it's individual success. Here's what I mean by this. If Justin Herbert has a season where he has 40 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, and they don't win a playoff game, we're going to say, well, I've seen that before. Like, I know what that looks like. If Jordan Love, last year he had 23 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, played 15 games, was banged up. Year before that, 15 games, 25-11. Year before that, 32-11. He's had an excellent start to his career. Nobody's doubting that. But the proclamations of smartest I've been around, best at this, top 10 quarterback, I think we need to see a season from Jordan Love where he just blows us away with how great he is.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses, or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code CLEAR to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code CLEAR to borrow up to $10,000. Use code CLEAR to borrow up to $10,000.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher for Outdoor Living Unlimited. Well, my wife and I chose Outdoor Living Unlimited to build our outdoor project. And when we met with Aaron and Eric Brown, owners and brothers of Outdoor Living Unlimited, we felt like they were the right guys to work with. We share the same hardworking values, and their showroom is a must-see at 665 Larry Court in Waukesha. If you're looking for a new deck, outdoor kitchen, screen room, and more, Outdoor Living Unlimited is a must. Start with OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com and end with an amazing outdoor space.
Fisco is always there for your auto body care. When accidents happen, Fisco Auto Body on Forest Home in Franklin is there when you need them. Got a broken mirror? They'll take care of it. Dented bumper? Scratch paint? Fisco Auto Body will take care of it. If there's any damage you need fixed, Fisco has you covered. Their expert workmanship is guaranteed for the life of your vehicle. So stop in for all of your auto bumps and dings. Once again, you know the line. That's Fisco.
Have no fear, the chaos is here. Lucky you. This is Kyle and Brust on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Joining us on the England guest hotline is Brian Bulaga. Brian, what's going on?
Not much. How are we doing?
I don't want to speak for Kyle, but I do want to speak for Kyle because he said to me, I did not bring this up on the show yet, if Jacob Monk and Jaeger Burton are the starting guards, then this team, Super Bowl hopes, you might as well just write them off.
I'll say this. It's very, I can't even think of a time even when I was playing, probably less so when I was playing. Very rare to see two and I don't call Monk a rookie because he's been in the league for a few years now, but he hasn't really played. Having two inexperienced players like that starting and your Super Bowl prospects being extremely high, especially at the offensive line position, the two interior guard spots. It's not like you're, it's not like there's one guy, we'll say a tackle, and then maybe your next rotational piece is a rookie or an inexperienced player, right? It's two starters. Very rare to see. I'd have to have AI check and see if that's ever happened because I don't think it has. But at the same time, it's one of those things. Can Jacob Monk grow into the position? Can he get confidence as he plays and improve? And then obviously with Burton, it's just, does he play beyond his years? And that's really what you have to hope for if he is the starter, that he plays beyond his years and he just gets better week by week. As a rookie myself, when I played, it was just about improving week by week and not making the same mistakes you did the week prior. So if they're able to do that, do I think that they could still be a good football team? For sure. Is Super Bowl become less likely? I mean, that's hard to say right now, but normally those positions up front, you want guys that have experience and knowledge and have played a lot of snaps. And that's just not the case if you go with those two guys to start out the season.
And I think, Brian, for me, what compounds is the fact that when you're talking about Sean Ryan at center, when you're talking about left guard and Jordan Morgan, and only guy, basically the 4 out of 5 guys that you have on that offensive line outside of Zebach, formerly known as Zach Tom, is a combined less than 15 starts in that specific position. Because I think Sean Ryan only started like 8 or 9 games at that position, and Jordan Morgan hasn't had a lot of starts at left tackle. That's the biggest concern for me, is that you just have it's not the fact that you're going to have you could have a rookie and a first year new starter at the guard position. It's the fact that people around him also don't have a lot of experience that can kind of drag them along with them.
You're exactly right. I mean, total combined starts out of that group. I mean, I don't know how many Zebach has at this point in time in his career. I don't know where he's at, but you're probably looking total combined, under 50?
Significantly under 50 because you're talking about Jordan Morgan when it comes to career starts. Jordan Morgan in his first 2 seasons maybe has 10 starts, and you're talking about Sean Ryan as well, probably has in his career maybe 25 starts, maybe. I'm not even, because he wasn't a full-time starter either.
And then I don't know what Zebach, gosh dang it.
You're keeping Zach Tom part of that group.
Well, yeah.
Zach Tom, he has a lot.
Well, I don't know what's a lot because he's missed time with injury a few seasons. So, I'm not exactly sure how many exact starts he has. I mean, he has experience in a lot of snaps, but we're just talking about starts. But we'll just say it's under 60 would be my guess, right? Mm-hmm. And normally when you have a Super Bowl caliber group, those guys normally have played a lot of ball.
Yep.
Normally. Right? If you have a rookie thrown in there, that happens. That's the way this league works. You have a rookie and guys help him out and carry him along and contribute. But that just wouldn't be the case with this group. They'd have to learn on the job and have guys that have that experience and that knowledge. It'd be Zach only, right?
51 games started for Zach Bacco-Blewele.
So 51. All right, so they're a little over 70.
Mm-hmm. Quick
point still remains.
Yes, I would have to look back at my Super Bowl year when I was a rookie and the amount of starts that was on that line. It was sitting Scott Wells, Clifton, and Darren College. Imagine there was a lot of starts on that offensive line besides my very young self with probably 10 or 11 at that point, or 12, whatever it was at that point in time. So I had guys that had been there, done that. They were able to provide that support and knowledge and kind of, we've been here, done this kind of thing to fall back on. It's just not the case if you go that route. And you could say, and Jason said it to us on Thursday, you start camp with a lot of questions, and you're about to start the season with even more. And that, to me, is a wild aspect.
Really quickly, Brian, chippiness at practice, fights at practice. Is it about time the Packers finally started hitting each other?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's that time in camp at this point in time. You've been going against the same guys over and over and over and over again. The little things are going to start irritating you, and they're probably at that point right now. And it's okay. I mean, as long as no one's like breaking a hand, throwing a punch, right? Like something stupid like that, then I don't mind it at all. I think it's good to have a little edge in camp, but it's pretty typical for this time of training camp that you're going to see these things start to flare up often.
Well, Brian, we appreciate it, and there's more Brian Bulaga on the way. It's the Brian Bulaga Homer Hour on 94.5 ESPN, YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee, and, of course, the ESPN Wisconsin app coming your way in 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Southbound 41 starting around Good Hope Road down past